Hello everybody. How are you feeling today, my wonderful, beloved wonders? I hope you guys are having an awesome, wonderful day. I hope you're feeling nice and sweet and lovely because you are. Just a little quick disclaimer and a little quick note before we start the video. I highly suggest to click away now if you are solely here for the role-playing content. This is a Q&A after all, and this is, my raw voice, my real voice, which is not all that different from the normal content that I make, but it is not really attached to a roleplay scenario per se. So if you don't want to demystify the voice, I do suggest you click away now, just because I know how it's like, sometimes a VTuber posts a random face reveal and you can't help but attach the face to the voice. And so if you don't want that to interfere with your girlfriend experience audios, then by all means click away now. Most of the work that I do is reliant on my voice, and well, it's a Q&A after all, and I will be sharing a little bit more about me and the person behind the role playing. So if you want to keep the immersion, by all means click away. I won't get angry. But I'll see you in the next audio. I have plenty of other videos that you can watch now on the channel, plenty of other content coming soon, so thank you so much for listening. If not, and if you're here to learn more about me as a person, then welcome. I am so happy that you're here, and yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get on with the video. With that out of the way, I want to just give a quick disclaimer before we start. I will be leaving all the ramblies, the thank yous, all the nice talks until the very end. I know it's been a while since we just sat down and talked to each other, but I really felt like for this Q&A, considering the amount of questions that you guys send me, thank you very much for sending so many. It really warms my heart, by the way. However, there's too many, and I want to get through all of them before I burn out and I'm dead, okay? So I will be leaving all of that talking till the end for those of you who want to stay with me a little longer and have a little conversation. I really appreciate it, and I love you so much. For those who come for the questions, I have divided the video in 3 parts. For those of you who sent me questions on the Google form, you know that I separated them. We're gonna start off strong with our basic cues, which are pretty normal question, like what's your favorite color, all those pretty basic questions. Then we're moving on to the open-ended questions, which are a little bit more extensive, where I'll be talking a bit more in depth, and then on the 3rd section of the video, we're gonna be dealing with the deep questions, which are a lot more fun for me. So I am going to go ahead, get started. Thank you so much for 10k. I believe we're already at 12k, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, oh, sorry, I got so excited I punched my mic. I am so sorry, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. There will be more thank yous till the end, but for now, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you for all your questions, and let's get right into it. Oh god, I feel so nervous. I'm shaking a little bit, even though I've recorded stuff like this before. I guess it's a bit strange for me to not have anything scripted and just be rambling as myself. It's a bit strange, but we're gonna jump right in. Yes. Okay, question number 1 is by Scummoner and an anonymous baby, and they ask, what's your favorite food / do you have a favorite type of food? It's the first question and I'm already struggling, but I'm not a picky eater, so whatever you put in front of me, I'll probably eat it. It's kind of silly, but it's true. I am very not picky about my food. But I guess I really like fresh seafood. Yeah, I love eating vegetables. I kind of stay away from meats, which I don't know why that is. I don't think I like them very much. Next question. Are you an early bird or a night owl kind of person? I am more of a night owl kind of person. I feel like it's so lovely just being alone in the world for a little bit. I feel like sometimes it gets a bit too much. So I really enjoy my time alone, and that's usually like 3 in the morning. Is it healthy? No. Will I change it? I'm trying. I really try. But yeah, I try to keep a good schedule because I also work. So I have to be a healthy little boy and go to bed early. But it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, it's also when my creative spark goes flying a lot of the time. So I like staying up really late because of that. Next question. What is your MBTI? Alright guys, I'm back. I literally went and did the test for you guys. I love quizzes, and this was really fun. This was actually a really fun one. I believe I'd done this before, like when I was a teen, but I took the time for you guys and I redid it. For those of you who are quiz nerds and personality nerds and just want to know everything about the people that they care about, because that's definitely me. Yeah, my personality type is mediator, INFPA. I got the fairy. Very cute. It says mediators are poetic, kind, and altruistic. Always eager to help a good cause. They approach life with thoughtfulness and imagination, guided by their principled version of humanism. Yeah, seems about right. Next question. Do you like banana soup? You know how I said that I am not a picky eater? Right. So for the longest time, whenever I would eat a banana, or like an avocado. I love avocados. I've always loved avocados, but whenever I would eat a banana, it would make my throat itch, my whole mouth itch for some reason. So I never really liked banana until now. This is like the year that I've eaten the most bananas. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Every time that I get the hungies, I'm like, banana. It's time for a banana. I want some freaking banana. And I've never eaten this many amounts of banana. It's too much banana. So, do you like banana soup? I've never had banana soup, but I love Gerber. Is that banana soup? Because if Gerber is banana soup, then I freaking love banana soup. That's the good shit. Enough banana talk. Alright, I'm no monkey here. Do you play mobile game or gacha game? Yes, actually. I do. And I'm gonna show you. That was so loud. No, stop. We're not playing. Okay. Yes. This year was my Clash Royale addiction. I'm gonna open it one more time. Just for the record, I don't play ranked because that would be too much, even for me. So I just play casually, but I am in the Miner's Mine arena, Arena 15. And I'm very proud of it, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know these are like supposed to be simple one-answer questions. I'm so sorry about that, but I have so much to talk about. I love playing games, but I shouldn't be playing so many games because then I get addicted, and I'll get more into that later. The reason I started playing Clash Royale is because I had a friend who would wake up and literally play Clash. I would be sitting with them and I'd be talking to them about a very serious topic and they'd be playing Clash. They would do everything and play Clash. So I took matters into my own hands and I was like, okay, you know what we're gonna do? Here's what we're gonna do. If I install Clash Royale and I surpass your arena, if I surpass you, you're gonna have to stop playing that game when you're around me. And so that I did. I beat their ass. And it's really impressive because in like a year, I really went up the ranks. And what I'm really most proud of is that I have a basic ass deck. So if you use Mega Knight, fuck you. Beat me with basic cards. I dare you. Do it. I bet you can. So, yes, I get really competitive. So that's why I can't play them for a really long time. Also, I played Genshin for a while before my computer decided to poop itself. So now I can't run it. But it was fun while it lasted. And I have really cute babes. I have really cute ladies. Maybe I can show you guys later down the line if you guys want. And I also plan on playing Zenless Zone Zero as soon as I can. As soon as I get my hands on a new laptop. I love gacha games. But again, I get really addicted real fast, so we'll see how that one goes. Kuroneko asks, I think that's how it's pronounced, Kuroneko asks, and there were some similar questions asked anonymously. Where are you from? What languages do you speak? Are you an English native speaker? If no, what country do you come from? And the accent sounded familiar, but I wasn't entirely sure. I don't know if I have an accent. These are lots of questions, but I'll take it one at a time. The accent, I don't know. I think I do, but I think I don't notice it anymore. If no, what country do you come from? For the sake of privacy, I won't be telling you what country I come from, but I can tell you what languages I speak. I speak English, Spanish, and a little bit of French, mostly because I didn't have anybody to practice with. So if you're French, hit me up. Yeah. So moving on to the next question. Are you a tsundere? 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 I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know what it is. I am very, very familiar with what it is. I wouldn't consider myself a tsundere. However, some people have told me. I remind them of Aisaka Taiga from Toradora. If you know, you know. And I love her. So when I do end up getting that comment, I find it very endearing. And also, I just wanted to mention that I have kind of noticed that whenever I grow closer to people, I just become a little meaner to them. But it's all in good fun, and I love them very much. I love all my friends, I swear. I swear! Next question! Several anonymous people asked, do you watch anime? Favorite anime? Sucker for animation. I can't even begin telling you. So much so, I'm such a fan of everything that's animated, just anything. From cartoons to anime to Disney to Ghibli to anything, everything that's just animated. Ugh. I love it. So I have so many options, and it would be impossible for me to like just tell you one. So I guess I'm gonna give you some that just brings so much nostalgia that's gonna make my heart burst, because again, super hard decision. I really love I love Blue Exorcist, because it was one of like the very first animes I watched. Toradora, my first anime. I love it so much. And then lastly, one of the newer ones that I've watched, let's say, I'm really loving Apothecary Diaries. I really love it. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. And you guys, I am so excited for Witch Hat Atelier to come out. Jesus, I am ecstatic. I'm super excited. So yeah, I think those would be my top 3. Only because yeah, I just can't decide. This one's really a random one for me. I didn't expect this to come into the mix, but I guess it says Messi or Ronaldo. I don't know anything about these guys at all. I just know that they're super good. I'm not a big sports girly, though I would love to learn more about it. So if you would like to tell me more about it, then go ahead. Also, the only video that I've seen these two guys in is probably them playing the guitar. It's such a random thing. But yeah, I don't know much about them, so please educate me if you like. Yeah. So, Ahab asks, so did you really forget your YouTube password? I don't know which one of you guys was it. Who was it? I need to know. Someone needs to speak up, because I think I even pinned it in one of my comeback videos. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the pretty first one, the roommates one. I'm gonna look for you and I'm gonna find you. The word has spread, and I'm tired of these lies, this blasphemy. I'm so exhausted. So to answer your question, no, I did not forget my YouTube password. It's always been up here. I never forgot it, you guys. It has never left. I promise. Karen and Kay ask, what do you think of the color red and your favorite color? Okay, so what do you think about I need to slow down. I think red is a magnificent color. I love it so much. I love that my blood is red. I love that pomegranates are red. I love it all. I love all the red. All right, what's my favorite color? You'd be surprised. It's not red. Who would have guessed? It's actually a contrasting color. I love green. My favorite color is green. Anon asks, your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Gothita or Gothita. Yeah, I love her. So freaking cute. I love all the weird, dark, edgy, but also kind of cute Pokemon. That's my vibe. And just as a bonus for my Pokemon lovers out there, my favorite type is Ghost and Fairy types. Jordan asks, how are you? What a sweet question, Jordan. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm doing amazing. My day's barely starting. I ate breakfast. Even though I haven't slept, I feel pretty good. I feel very happy. I feel like it's been a while since I felt this way. So I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And I hope you're having a wonderful day too. Mist asks, do you like coconut? I don't know how to feel about this question. This is such a random question. I freaking love coconut. I love coconut a lot. Why do you ask? How do you know? This is such a oddly specific question. I freaking love coconut. What's up with you and coconut? What's going on? Is there something I'm not understanding? have you been watching me do oil pull with the coconut oil? Which, by the way, it makes you gag the first couple of times you do it. It makes you gag reflex go off. Yeah, but no, I freaking love coconut. All of it. I want coconut shreds everywhere. Yeah. Mr. A and Red Baron ask, I saw the adorable sketch of your VTuber persona. Thank you so much. Did you draw it? Do you draw a lot? Will we be seeing more art of yours? Also, it sounded like you had some lore written for the Wanderers video characters. Can we expect a continuation of the story of the world in some form? Ooh, so many questions, but they're all about topics that I'm really passionate about, so let's take it one at a time. Red Baron is the lovely Wanderer who came up with the idea for the script of Wanderer Meets Wonder. So big shout out to you, Red Baron. I hope you're doing wonderful. And Mr. A, thank you so much for asking. I will be sharing more about my VTuber lore later down the line. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did kind of mention back in the day that I do have big plans on becoming a VTuber, and more on that later. But yes, I would love to keep sharing more little snippets of lore here and there, hopefully in the future. But yeah, due to the time restrictions that I have upon myself right now, as well as monetary restrictions, I can't commission artists to do art of the baby just yet. But rest assured that as soon as I'm able, I will be making and posting lots of art of her, because I really love her and I really love her design. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. I hope you guys stick around for that. I do plan in the future to start incorporating more commissioned work and even some of my work. I hope I can show you guys all that. Beep. There are some artists that I am obsessed with. Just really want my idea of her to come to fruition. Like, that is going to be so exciting for you guys to see and for me to see, and I'm just really hopeful that it's gonna be soon so that we can all witness. The next part of the question was, do you draw a lot? And the answer is yes. I've been drawing ever since I was a child. Ever since I've been able to hold a pencil, I think I've been drawing. And actually at some point in my life, I transitioned from traditional art to digital, so that was really fun to do. I even did commission work for a really long time, and so because of that, I want to give my VTuber baby a proper debut. If possible, I want to learn how to rig the model myself, because I have a vision of what I want her to look exactly like. So if I can rig her myself, that'd be wonderful as well. Lots of things in the works. But yeah, I need time. Mostly I need time. For now, I am kind of relying a bit on AIs to help me with the rest of my current passions, which are also ASMR. And finally, for the last part of the question, can we expect a continuation of the story of that world in some form? And I am referring to the Wanderer Meets Wonder video. To answer your question, I didn't write like such a big script for it, or like a continuation, just because, well, it was a 10K special, and I don't know how to explain this, but I think I was living in my own world for this one. I guess you could say there is a lot more world building done in my head, but it's not in script format just yet. But yeah, like if you guys like it, maybe I can keep working on that, and maybe for our next special, then I can do a continuation of that, and it just like keeps building up every special, you know. That'd be kind of fun. Certainly, yeah, so I'll keep that in check. I'll keep that in mind for you guys. Thank you for asking all of those questions. I had so much fun answering all of that. JTXB asks, do you plan to keep doing ASMR for a while? Hopefully, if life lets me do so, I would love to keep doing this for a really long time. It's actually one of those hobbies that I feel like has stayed a hobby, and of course I'm not denying all of the success and everything, because I'm super grateful for all of the traction it's gotten and love and support, of course. But I feel like it's one of these things that I can keep doing effortlessly without any much stress and everything, and it's really something that has helped me calm down, and it's very therapeutic. So I really enjoy making these, so whenever I do make them, know that I am making them with a lot of love, patience, and care, because yeah, it's not like a job if you think about it. So Anon asks, do you plan on doing collabs in the future? Would you like to collab with an ASMR artist for a video? If so, who would it be? This is very exciting. I have a couple. I have a couple in mind. You know how they say it's like TikTok, do your thing. I'm just gonna leave it out there. If they ever do come by this channel, if they ever do watch this video, if any of you guys want to, go poke their ribs a little bit and be like, hey, we want to do a collab with you in the future, that'd be kind of fun. So I have a couple. This is in no particular order of importance or anything like that. Solar Girl ASMR. I just feel like her voice is so therapeutic, so nice, so gentle. So I really would like to do something with her in the future. Who knows? Teacup Audio, although I do know that she is making mostly NSFW content. I don't know how that would work, considering I'm going for more like fluff and comfort videos. Lust VA, I think they are newer in the scene, but that would be really fun. Noah's Haven, I've been following them for such a long time and I think he's freaking hilarious, so we could probably do something really funny. Nora ASMR, I think we do very similar content, very comforting. He is a soft boy, so I think that would be really nice to do something there. We could probably. And I like the fact that he keeps it kind of safe for work as well. Entropy or Zay asks, do you read any books? Yes, I do like reading, although I'm a bit rusty right now, but I am currently reading The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Do you like horror movies? I absolutely love horror movies. I was in my wholesome arc before October came by because I was trying to expanding on my movie list and everything, but now that October came by, like I'm just resorting back to my horror favorites. So I absolutely love horror. I love horror movies. I love horror games. I love everything horror related. I love it all. And I have like a specific love for found footage type of horror. I also love Junji Ito, Guillermo del Toro, so like romanticized horror, horror that's not really creepy, but it's kind of like, oh, that's a bit strange. I love all of that. Analog horror. I used to be a fan, not used to, I'm still a very big fan of the Magnus Archive, so I guess I could give you some of my movie recommendations. I really like foreign horror movies. One of my most recent favorite horror movies is When Evil Lurks, I believe that's what it's called, and I love the fact that it's also in Spanish. So yeah, as also a Spanish speaker, I really appreciate how they worked this movie out. Like it's so well done, and it doesn't really emphasize or like focus too much on the gore, which I don't really mind gore, but like sometimes it just gets old pretty quickly. But this one's just done so freaking well that I can really appreciate it. So if you ever get the chance to watch, please let me know. They're freaking good. And actually right now I'm trying to keep up with the Junji Ito series, the one from Amazon. I watched the first one, the Spiral episode. I liked it. It's pretty good. It's way better than the Netflix one, I will tell you that. But yeah, I'm trying to wait for the other episodes to come up so that I can watch it in a whole sitting and see what I think about it. If you guys ever want me to just ramble about horror stuff, I'd be more than happy to do so. Like I really love everything horror, so I can talk about these and ramble for hours, for forever, for years to come. Yes. Anton asks, are you proud of me? I am so proud of you. I am so proud of the person that you're now. I'm so proud of the person that you will be, and you should too. I've had some people ask me in the past like how I'm so willing to give so much love in my videos and my audios, and despite me not really knowing you guys. And the fact of the matter is, I don't need to know you guys to give you the amount of love that you guys give me. Everybody deserves love in its totality, and if sometimes you don't feel like you can give that love to yourself, then I am so willing to do that for you, because I know what it is to wake up some days and just not feel the greatest, and that you just need someone to remind you here that you are doing a good job. And we're already super hard on ourselves anyways, so being reminded this from the outside sometimes is nice. And thank you, Anton, for asking this. You should be proud of yourself. Try not to be so hard on yourself. Remember, we are human at the end of the day. Sometimes surviving is everything, and if you're merely surviving, that's good enough. And it's good that you're able to make it to your bed at the end of the day, and it's good that you are able to rise from your bed at the beginning of the day, and that's enough. You don't have to do whatever version of success you've painted for yourself. It doesn't have to be this perfect version all the time. So with that said, let's be kinder to ourselves, let's be kinder to each other, and thank you for being lovely to me. And I'm just glad that I'm able to return the favor sometimes. Dark Viper asks, will you do anything other than ASMR? I really enjoyed them, but I would love to see something else like gaming videos too. I'm so glad you asked. Oh my god, I really love gaming. And I used to do so more back in the day. I've just been extremely busy. But I've been getting a little bit back into it, you know, in my free time and here and there. Those games that I can run, of course. But yeah, I would totally love to do more than ASMR in the future. I love cosplaying, I love singing, I love playing video games, I love drawing. I have so many things that I want to do with you guys, and showcase them to you guys. But of course, it's going to be some time before I do that. Not only because of time management, but because I need to have like the proper equipment so that you guys can get the highest quality out of everything. I'm just a little picky with those things. But yeah, like gaming videos and stuff, I would love to do that for you guys. Actually, now that you mention it, I would love to hear what you guys would like to see from me in video game format. What games you'd like me to play. Yeah, comment down below please, and let me know what you guys want from me. Yeah. Frog in Corner asks, I love that name. Bacon but no games, or games but no games. What? I'm assuming you meant bacon but no games, or games but no bacon, right? I love bacon. I'd rather have games but no bacon. Yeah, it's the way it is. It's just the way things are. Boombat asks, sorry, I've got nothing small to ask other than like, why is your laptop named Mr. Pooper? It's because it's computer. So compooper, computer, compooper, pooper, Mr. Pooper. That's the only explanation to this mess. You know, I just feel that Mr. Pooper's done an incredible job to the point where I feel like he's become sentient. He deserves the prefix Mr. in the name, you know? Yeah, so everyone respect Mr. Pooper. He's still up and running, and he will continue doing so until we find a new one for his retirement. Yes. Dean the Bean asks if you watch anime, sub or dub, or both. For the most part, I watch my anime sub. I try to stay away from dub. I just find it a little too close to home, which makes things a little bit cringy for my taste. But I feel like there are some exceptions that we must take into consideration. One being Dragon Ball. You have to watch the Hispanic version of Dragon Ball, as well as Saint Seiya. I feel like I grew up with those in Spanish, so you have to watch them. Or else it's just not the same. It just doesn't hit the same. Also, Dragon Ball's intro in Spanish, it's like its own thing. It's like its own cultural event. It's iconic. So if you haven't watched that already, I encourage you to go look it up. Pietro asks, are you going to post frequently? I miss the videos. Thank you so much for asking, Pietro. That is the plan, my friend. Yes, I am trying to post more frequently now. I'm not super strict on the schedule, just because I don't want to make this a forced type of thing for me, because the more I force recording these for you guys, it just doesn't feel as enjoyable. So of course I am giving you guys a little bit more of priority, and I hope I can keep doing so because I love doing this, and now that I have more time, I hope that I can only keep on posting more and more. So yeah, stick around for more. For those who follow me on X, you know that I tend to do a lot more updating over there, so feel free to follow me for more news as to where I'm at. Currently I am prepping and working for a very big audition that I've been looking forward to for a really long time, so I should be able to have a little bit more of a consistent uploading schedule by next year. So just letting you guys know, and thank you for listening. My hands are freezing. Okay. Oh no, my tea went cold. Okay. Spider Nico, Mr. A, and Anon ask, where does your channel name come from? I don't know if anyone ever asked this yet, so can you tell me the story behind your unique name? Thank you so much. The 1-800-HONEY. Curious, especially about the numbers. Is there any inspiration behind your channel name? Okay, so I could ramble about the whole creation of my channel and how I felt, but I'll keep it short and sweet. So the whole 1-800-HONEY, it came pretty naturally considering that I was doing audios, and I was like, well, I want it to be like kind of like a hotline, kind of like somewhere, because I was like, with the whole idea of I want this place to be a safe place for everybody to come here and chill while they're feeling lonely. So it came from a hotline type of idea, and then I was like, what's my favorite number? And then it just came because I really like it. My favorite number is number 8. Number 8 and number 9. I switch it up sometimes, but I was like, yo, like when you call a hotline, it's usually 1-800 name of the hotline. So I was like 1-800 honey, and at the time I was super obsessed with bees and everything like honey related. I really love tea, so honey comes from there because I really like sweetening up my teas with honey. So I guess that makes sense, right? So it just came naturally to me. I just combined a whole bunch of things that I really liked along with like the whole hotline theme. I hope that makes sense. So that's where 1-800 honey comes from. Zach J, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's like X.X I. Zach J, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Would you ever buy a sports car? I don't think I would. It's not really my style, but I've had friends who own a sports car and I think they look wonderful riding one of those. On the other hand, I think I would look kind of silly driving around a sports car. Why? I'm a tiny little man. I don't think I ever would. I don't think I have the coolness it requires to buy a sports car, nor the money. But if I ever did have the money to buy a sports car, I'd probably buy it for someone that would look really cool in it. Noom and Morgan ask, hot weather or cold weather? Favorite season? I guess you can kind of tell my voice is a little nasally right now, and it's because it's freaking cold where I live right now, and I absolutely despise the cold. Once my hands get cold, once my feet get cold, there is no turning back. No matter how many socks I get on, no matter how many blankies I've been considering for a couple of years now buying myself a heated blanket, but they're kind of expensive, so I haven't gotten around it yet. But yeah, there you have it. Hot weather all the way. I even considered moving to Canada for a while because I freaking love it, but now you know that I don't live in Canada. Yeah, I decided against it, mostly because of the weather. It's just really, really cold for me. And as for my favorite season, I kind of swing between autumn and spring a lot of the time, just because they're transitional periods. My favorite month of the year is October, so Halloween, and I always get like these random spurts of creativity and productivity during October for some reason. So I really, really love October and spring. Persephone going up and down the underworld as our god Zeus intended. Scorpido asks, do you play Castle Crashers? I do. Well, I used to when it first came out, and it was just such a fun game. I really love co-op games in general, so there you have it. Vortex NZ asks, do you enjoy creating ASMR content? I do. I love it. It's surprising I didn't get around to it sooner, but I just really, really love role-playing. I love talking to myself. I love the little space that it fills up in my heart, and yeah, it's just really enjoyable for me, so thank you so much for asking. Oh, and I've said this a couple of times before, but I really, really hope that you guys enjoy the audios just as much as I enjoy recording them, because I really put my everything every time I go into recording. So yeah, I'm also a very big perfectionist, so that's kind of like my downfall as well. I am very picky how I want my audios to sound, how I want my audios to feel, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoy. Ace Me Fish and Red Baron ask, what series do you like? Obligatory favorites question. Movie, TV show, game, band / artist, anime, password, food and drink, color. One was different from the other. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, these are a lot of questions, so I'm just gonna speed run through them. I'll try not to like geek out about any of these, so I'll just get into it. Favorite movie. My favorite movie is... what's my favorite movie? Oh god. I really, really like Crimson Peak because gothic horror is just one of my favorites. I have so many. I love Coraline. I love, I'm just like giving you movies from different genres that I really, really enjoy, I guess. Anything from Disney or like Studio Ghibli, just my favorite. TV show, I love Anne with an E. It's just one of those shows that fill me up so good. And I really love The Office. Really love The Office. Loki was really, really good, but that's just like an exception because I freaking love Tom Hiddleston. As for games, I feel like my answer like 4 years ago would have been Overwatch at its peak. You know, when it was peaking, I was like, or maybe it was even more than 4 years, holy shit. But yeah, I romanticized the shit out of that game because that's where I met most of my online friends. But Overwatch was really, really peak back in the day. Right now I play League of Legends. I know I'm a degenerate, but that's what we have. And just for like solo gaming, I really like just Zelda games. I love Zelda. So also Sky is a really pretty nice game, so it fills me up too. Band and artist. Ooh, okay, I really like anything that sounds medieval. I really like bardcore. I love metal. I love what else do I love? Musicals. So for band, I'd have to say The Amazing Devil. They're like a couple and they sing really, really moving, heartfelt music. So I really love that. And my favorite artist, ooh, that's a really hard one because I have so many, depending on the genre. But I guess my all-time favorite artist, probably Aurora. I actually went to one of her concerts last year. It was one of the most amazing experiences ever. So yeah, I think I really like Aurora and her music. Yeah, anime. It's my favorite anime. I have a whole list right here for you guys. I could share it with you guys some other time. But I guess my all-time favorite anime, oh god, this is really difficult. I guess one that really will forever like stay in my little heart because it was one of the first ones is Blue Exorcist. And to answer, well, I guess favorite Ghibli movie, I guess we could go there, is Howl's Moving Castle. I really freaking love Howl, so you know. Password, donuts. I don't even like donuts. Food and drink. I can give you the drink. The food I'm not so sure because I have so many as well. I love everything. I like any type of soup. Any type of good soup. Wait, clam chowder. I love clam chowder. And drink, I think it'd have to be like lavender mint tea. I really love lavender mint tea. Color, my favorite color is green. And I guess those are it. I don't know if I'm satisfied with my answers, but I think I kind of gave you some of my favorites, so do with that what you will. Spider Nico asks, since the closet audio with the background music, trust nobody? I'm assuming you're talking about Force into the Kissing Closet with your Secret Crush video. I was wondering what kind of music do you listen to? Great question. I really like all types of music, like I said previously, but I really like metal. And it's one of those playlists that I just like put in the background whenever I'm trying to be productive. So it really gets me going. Recently, however, being a little musical theater nerd, I am just obsessed with Epic the Musical. I would love to see a stage adaptation of it soon, but I think Jorge Rivera mentioned that his plan is making a video game out of it, so that's kind of exciting. But yeah, either way, if you're obsessed with Greek mythology, if you're a nerd for any type of Greek myth, I encourage you to give it a listen. It's so good. It's basically a retelling of the Odyssey in a musical format, so please, I encourage you to give it a go. I've been obsessed with it and I just can't stop listening to it. Jan asks, have you done any outtakes while doing ASMR? Jan, I can't even begin telling you how many bloopers. Editing me is gonna be suffering through this. Yeah, and this is just talking about a Q&A video. When I am doing ASMR, like that is even worse because I'm so picky and I want my cadence to be just right and I just want you guys to get the right feeling from the audio. So when I'm recording these, I just feel like it's a breath of fresh air, right? Because I mean, I'm just being me and rambling and whatever, but like when it's a written script that I have to follow, oh my god, there are so many bloopers, you guys, and I'm very happy about it because then I can share with you guys those bloopers and you guys really seem to love them. So expect a blooper reel soon, maybe in the future, because I have so many outtakes, so many bloopers. Giblet asks, hi, do you listen to ASMR videos yourself? Hello, Giblet. I do. And as of recently, I've been listening to a lot more just for inspiration and whatnot. I've been listening to a lot of Nora ASMR recently. I've just been looking for a lot of inspiration. So I really love his audios. He's just the cutest. And not only that, but he just puts so much effort into each and every single one of their audios. So yeah, check them out. I love their work. I really do. Frogging Corner asks, why is your voice so cute? I don't know. Why are you so darn cute? I don't know. I was just born this way. My mama birthed me like this. Thank you so much for your question. Zach J asks, favorite Nintendo game? Okay, so I have never owned my own console. I'll just get that out of the way. Other than like a DSi. So most of my knowledge comes from watching my brother and other streamers play. But, you know, I can name a few that bring me lots of nostalgia and that I've either played or watched playthroughs of. So Castlevania, Earthbound, Zelda, anything Kirby, and simply for nostalgia factor, I love Mario Party and Sonic Unleashed. And then I have some special ones that aren't necessarily Nintendo, like Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Like, I know. And I know that the new one just came out, so the Dragon Ball one, I haven't been able to play it because my computer can run it. But maybe in a near future. Cave Story, Shin Megami Tensei 3, Nocturne Remastered version. I would honestly love to sit and replay them myself through emulators, and I don't know, maybe have you guys watched? Would you guys like that? Because I'd find it so fun, like just reliving most of the games that I've always wanted to play myself with you guys on stream. That'd be freaking fun. So yeah, let me know what you think. Morgan asks, what is the perfect time to sleep?
Darkness.
Never. I don't sleep. We don't sleep here. We're not allowed to rest. We will sleep when we're dead. No, but to answer your question, what is the perfect time to sleep? I'm gonna change it up a bit. It's where is the perfect place to sleep, and it's probably in the sun by a window, like a cat. Because I freaking love the sun, and I love feeling warm, and I love it when it's like shining on my face and I can't even open my eyes and it just forces me to sleep. Yeah, I love that. Scorpido asks, are you planning to have a Discord server? Yes, I do. Not quite yet though. Mostly because I don't know anybody that well to ask them if they can help me mod the server and everything, because it is at the end of the day a big community, and I don't know how many of you guys would be interested in a Discord server. I have read a couple of comments asking if there will ever be a Discord server, but because I like doing things a very specific way, I would really like hosting events for you guys, and I would love to be present for all of them, and I would love to, you know, be active as much as I possibly can. Because of my current situation, I don't think I'd pay that much attention to a Discord server. I used to be really active on Discord back in like 2019 and everything, so I do have an idea of what I would like, how I would like for it to look like, and like the themes and some of the roles, and make it as fun as possible and personalize the heck out of it. I love personalized Discord servers. However, I don't think it's just the time yet, but please keep your heads up. In the near future, I might have a Discord server for us guys, and so that we can watch movies, we can host, I don't know, karaoke nights, play video games together maybe. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be really nice. So yeah, thank you so much for asking. Vortex NZ asks, what is your favorite video on your channel? Ooh, favorite video on my channel. Okay, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole. Okay, I always try to one up myself, so right now I guess like my favorite video on my channel would have to be the knock knock ghost girl won't leave your door. It was the Halloween special audio. I had so much fun recording that, not only because of the accent, it was also because I had a blast adding in the special effects and just editing in general, like compositing the video. It was so fun. It was a lot of fun. However, the best video, like my favorite video to record, the one that I had the most fun doing, not just the final product, but the most fun doing, I think it was Your Drunk Best Friend Confesses Her Love. I think that video it was so easy. It was like so easy for me to record. I don't know, I guess I'm just good at faking being drunk. But it was really fun to record. I had a blast. I laughed my ass off editing it, and it was really fun because I kept a lot of the bloopers in for you guys. So that was also a fun thing. I didn't have to worry so much for it to be perfect because, well, drunkenness, right? Okay, so those were the simple cues. I know, so many. Thank you for everyone who left a question. It was lovely to answer all of that. But we're now moving on to the extended cues part. Let's get right into it. Greaser, Ace Me Fish, Hello Fish, Num, and several other anons ask, what first got you into ASMR/voice acting? What made you get into acting and joining the sphere of the internet? Right, so I think I just it just happened, and I accepted it, and I greeted it with open arms. Was that an Epic the Musical reference? Maybe. I legitimately, it was just a matter of time before I could find this sphere of the internet, and I'm very grateful that I did, because I think I found my people. I really found the most caring community. You guys are freaking hilarious. You guys are the sweetest. You guys have just supported me ever since day one, and I couldn't keep saying more thanks to that. What first got me into ASMR, I think I just started exploring the mukbang side of YouTube. It's kind of funny, but I really love watching people eat. Not so much for like the sounds, but I love watching people eat. So I kind of started derailing from there, and then I found that there were people who actually did videos of themselves eating, specifically crunchy food or like juicy food, and then I just like started going down the rabbit hole. And then of course I eventually got to the ASMR roleplay side of YouTube, and I just fell in love with it because, as you guys know, and if you don't know already, well, I studied theater, so it's my passion. Acting is my passion, if not my main passion, because I also love singing, but I think it is one of my main passions for sure. And then voice acting, well, it just felt like a natural thing. So when I saw that people were posting voice acting videos, just like reading off scripts, especially during 2020 when we were all locked up and we were all like lonely and sad, I was like, this just feels too good to be true. Like this is my way, and I've always loved talking to myself. I love rambling, so it just felt like the right thing to do. What made you start your channel? What inspired you to make these sorts of audios? Yeah, going off of the last tangent there, I think I was very lonely myself, and I understand what loneliness can do to a person. I understand how hard it can be for some, and I understand that there are those who we can kind of handle our loneliness quite well, but once it hits, it's a cry for help. It's a very desperate state of being, and I don't judge anyone for feeling lonely, and I don't think anyone should ever feel that type of loneliness. So when we were separated from the outside world and we were just required to be locked up, I remember feeling so lonely that my first video was pretty much a cry for help. I really wanted to remember what it was like to be held. So I got my mic, I got my laptop, and I just took a shot in the dark. I think that's the phrase. I'm so glad I did, because I was met with the most humbling, most supportive, most loving comments I had read in a while, and for a moment I really felt held. And that's the reason why I make these videos. It's as a distraction for myself, but also a distraction for the listener. A distraction and a reminder, more like, that we all deserve to be loved. We all deserve to feel held from time to time, and it's okay for you to ask to be loved this way. And there's no shame in, thinking, well, I'm feeling a little lonely today, I'm just gonna play a little audio, because we live in a very strange world right now. So there is no shame in you saying, well, ASMR videos make me feel better. If that's what works for you, that works for you. At least I know it works for me, and I am not ashamed to say, hey, sometimes I just love listening to that. It's just very interesting to me how some people really feel open to admitting they love listening to audio erotica, but they don't feel the same for like more romantic or platonic scenarios. It's all the same to me. Like, if it works, it works, and I'm not gonna judge you for it. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not hurting yourself, you're good, and your time will come. And if anything, it's just like, I guess, keeping you sane for when the time comes to actually feel or experience these scenarios, if you haven't already. So yeah, and then there's the second part to the question that says, what made you start all this? Was there a specific inspiration, or was it done on a whim and you got more into it as more people got interested? Yeah, so I got more into it the more support I got. Yeah, so I think I've said this before, but I don't think I've ever had this big of a following before. So at first it was very daunting, because I was like, oh my god, like I don't know what to do. I don't know how to manage this. I don't know how to keep up with a YouTube channel. I would be lying if I said I didn't go out of my way and watch a couple of tutorials on how to be a YouTuber and stuff, because frankly, it was very unexpected. I just felt like putting this thing out there for someone like me to listen and so that we could bond over it. And if it helped someone, all the better, right? But when I received this amount of feedback, I was just shocked. And your support with every upload, because it wasn't just with the first video, it's with every upload. You guys keep coming back and supporting me and giving me feedback and giving me ideas, and you just keep expanding this little world that we've built together. So to me, of course it incentivized me to keep doing this. Of course I want to keep doing this. When I tell you that I sit down and it's a literal ritual for me, kind of, it is a very personal experience. It is a very meditative state when I do sit down to record these things. And like I said, it is just as helpful for me as I hope it is for you. So when I say thank you for taking care of me as I take care of you, that's exactly what I mean. As for the inspiration, there were so many. I think the first audio that I heard that I was like, wait a minute, I can do that. Boyfriend Audios, I think that's his name. I don't know his real name, or I don't know if he's ever like shown or like said his real name. I think he's very private, and I completely understand. I feel like most of us ASM artists, especially the role-playing ones, we like to keep our privacy pretty prioritized. So yeah, I respect that, and I know that he hasn't shown his face either. So Boyfriend Audios, as well as I think Noah's Haven. I feel like those were my very first introductions to the ASMR community. And then I was like, wait a second, like I can do that. And I was just amazed by how lovely everybody was in the comments. I was like, this must feel really, really nice for them. I want that for myself. And I guess it was a little bit of a selfish kind of thought process. I know, kind of selfish of me to create my YouTube channel just to experience love, or some sort of love. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm very glad I did it that way, because this whole channel is based on empathy, love, respect for one another, pulling each other up, because I know that there are a lot of people struggling as well. And I always like to say, hey, as much as this is, you know, about love and the girlfriend experience and giving that to you guys, I also want to keep this space sane. So thank you so much for everyone who respects my privacy. Thank you so much for everyone who, you know, keeps it real, right? Because of course, we can't have fun unless we have the ground rules set first. So thank you so much for everyone who has respected those parameters and have kept supporting me throughout all of this, because I want to keep making these for you guys, just as long as you guys keep it real, sane, and, well, healthy. But yeah, thank you so much for asking those questions. That was really cool for me to dive into. Have you always been interested in voice acting, or is this a recently discovered passion? Nope. As I've mentioned previously, I am a theater major, or I used to be. I graduated already. My dream is to become an actress. I love to sing, so I love musical theater as well. So it just felt like a really natural transition when I found out about voice acting. I've always loved animation. I've loved cartoons my entire life. I love anime. So if I could ever be able to voice anything professionally speaking, like outside of ASMR and like my own creations, like I mean a big project for a cartoon or something bigger than me, I would be so open for it. So yeah, this is a very big passion of mine, with both voice acting, singing, acting, all of it. I love it. I love performance. So I love being a little clown. But yeah, like I would say it's one of my biggest passions. Greaser asks, would you be willing to do more emotionally charged videos in the future? If there's a demand for it, then certainly. I love to experience with new genres, with new characters, just giving things a little bit more of a twist. Of course, everything coming from a very real place. I think the reason that I haven't really approached emotionally charged videos so much is because I have been going through some tough times myself, and I think it would be way too draining for me, you know, to go into voicing an audio for you guys with this headspace. Yeah, I like to, you know, separate my audios, my acting from everything else that I'm doing in real life. And if I'm already having a tough time in real life, I like to make more wholesome content. But right now I feel like I'm a little bit more emotionally stable, and yeah, definitely I would love to try to do some emotionally charged content in the future. So if you guys have anything specific in mind regarding any of those like heavier topics, please let me know down below. I'd love to see what you guys have in mind. I think I had already planned a video of like exes to lovers. Not that it's the healthiest, I'm not saying, but again, we're having fun here. It's all in good fun. But yeah, I think I had considered making some of that content in the past. How's your day? Please give me full details. To be honest, I only discovered you recently. I actually enjoyed your content whenever I was alone, like walking in the park or waiting for the bus. By the way, how are you today? Oh, so cute. I love getting these types of questions and comments from you guys. I'm so glad that I am able to be part of your day. It's lovely when people do make some time for me. So it really warms up my heart reading that you guys have make like a little routine, part of your routine, listening to my videos. I really truly appreciate this. So how was my day? My day was splendid. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have been recording this video for a couple of days now, so I'm gonna be telling you about my day today. I've been having a really busy month, so I have kept myself busy, and today was the day that I was able to finally give myself some time to chillax, make myself some tea, experiment a little bit with teas. I've been doing a lot of tea blending recently, so that's really fun. I woke up late. I woke up at around noon. I made myself breakfast. I took it slow. I answered some emails, and then I sat down, and I've been recording this ever since. And then tonight I will be watching Arcane season 2, so I'm super excited about that. So yeah, pretty chill day, pretty awesome. So next question, what's your opinion of becoming a VTuber? Dun, dun, dun. So this is a deep one. This is definitely a big question. I've been considering becoming a VTuber for the past like 2 years, but for the most part I started with the idea of becoming a VTuber way before live 2D was even a thing. I remember watching a video of someone doing some rigging with images. I am an illustrator from time to time. I like to draw and everything. It just seemed like the most amazing way of animating. Like, why has no one ever done this before? And then VTubers started to become really popular, and I was like, I really need to do this. So I've wanted this for a really long time. As you guys know, I've brought it up a couple of times in the past couple of years. Becoming a VTuber entails a lot of things, not just like the design, the backstory, the equipment, and everything. Just because I really want to do it, and I want to do it right, if that makes any sense. There are a lot of VTubers who I look up to, some bigger than others, but all in all, I just really appreciate the creativity that it allows. When I found out VTubers were a thing, I was like, this is amazing, because that way I don't have to sacrifice my identity or privacy or anything like that. I can just focus on being me and creating and having a freaking good time. The idea also kind of worked because I've always wanted to stream or just like have some sort of social media presence, because I love playing video games and I love talking. I am a certified yapper, so I really like all of it. Yeah, if I ever have the opportunity, the equipment, and the support to do streaming, especially as a VTuber, because as I said previously, I really appreciate privacy, I would most definitely do it, and I hope that you guys are there with me for it. So for those who have stuck around, you guys know that I have been playing around with concepts of what I would like my VTuber to be like. Where it gets tricky is that I don't know if I want to associate my VTuber persona with that of my ASMR, but I think it works. I really like the idea of calling you guys Wanderers, and I have some backstory that I would like to share with you guys down the line. And because, well, ASMR roleplay is a lot of fantasy, and just playing pretend, I guess it just works nicely that way. So yeah, I would love to become a VTuber and sharing that experience with you. I would love making or hosting videos where we can all sit down, play through a game together, where I can actually sing with you guys or sync to you guys, doing a little draw with me, sit and chat, all of those things. Like, I have so many ideas, but so far I am working on my model. I'm taking it slow. So yeah, I really want to become a VTuber, and hopefully I can get to share that with you guys soon rather than later. But yeah, taking one step at a time. And I sure hope that you guys are there to support me and be a part of it, because I would really love that. Jordan and others ask, if you could go anywhere, where would you go? If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? So if I could go anywhere right now, I feel like I would like to go to either Portugal, specifically Sintra. I feel like architecture is beautiful there. I can just be a princess in a castle and be really cute, and I love feeling cute. Who doesn't like feeling cute? So I would love to do that. I love taking pictures, so yeah, I definitely would love to travel more if possible. And I guess my second option would be north of France. There again, it's mostly because of the architecture. I feel like the pictures that I would get there would be amazing. So yeah, I've never been, but I would love to be able to travel soon if I can. If you had to switch your nationality, which one would you pick? Okay. I don't think I would. I don't think I would change my nationality. I'm sorry. I really don't think I would. I love my nationality. I think I'm proud of it, and I don't think I would change it. It makes me me. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't know if you were trying to do something silly there. You probably were. But no, I don't think I'd switch my nationality. I'm sorry. I just really like mine. I'm sorry. I'm not switching. If you could have any animal, real or fictional, as a pet, what would it be and why? I've always wanted to own a freaking raccoon. They're so cool. Opposable thumbs, they are a menace, and I feel like we would understand each other in a very deep and emotional level. Like, they'd get me, I'd get them. They are messy, they sleep a lot, but I love them, you know? And that'd be me. I say that they're messy. I'm not messy necessarily, but I feel like I would appreciate a little messy roomie, you know? So yeah, definitely a raccoon for a real pet, and a fictional pet, of course I'd get a fucking dragon or something. I have to say a dragon, right? I'd get a dragon, of course. There is no other choice. You have to pick the dragon. Yeah, definitely a dragon. Or the Loch Ness Monster. Who knows? Ahab? I think that's how you pronounce it. Love your ASMR childhood series, especially part 1. So can we get more, please? Well, interesting that you're telling me these things, because I have been emailing back and forth with a very special listener, and they have been really adamant about me doing a continuation of the ASMR childhood series, and they sent a couple of scripts my way, and I've been going through them. We have been working and editing some things here and there, so maybe soon. exciting news. I don't know, maybe. So I am excited to show you. Maybe we should we continue the series? I think you guys will really like it, so yeah. All right, let me know down below if you're excited for a part 2, 3, 4. I think it's a 4-parter now. Kay asks, why are you such a bubbly person? I'm not a bubbly person. I am evil. I am angry. I am a menace. I am the goddess of mischief herself. But you can think otherwise. I'm glad that I sound like a bubble. Blah, 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 blah. I guess it's because it's all the yapping, right? I don't know. And I think life... Okay, on a deeper level, I guess, to answer your question, I like to see the pretty things around me, and I like to see the fun in things. I like people who laugh. I like it when people laugh with me. I like it when people are not afraid to laugh at things. I feel like some people just take things too seriously when they're not meant to be taken that seriously, so I can really appreciate someone that has a worldview like mine, in that they see the fun in things and they're not afraid to laugh. We need more people like that. Yes. What do you do outside of ASMR content? What don't I do? That is a very, very, very cool question. Because I think I have the delusional energy that with enough time, I feel like I can do it all. I also really like art, so I love expressing myself through any type of medium, whether it be drawing, singing, dancing, acting, voice acting. I love it all. So, like I said previously, I also love herbalism. So yeah, and not to mention, I think I've been getting a lot into teas recently because it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural melting pot of amazing knowledge, and every culture does it differently, and there is something really beautiful to appreciate from each culture and what they each bring into the mix. Some love herbal, some love their actual Camellia sinensis teas, some just really love tea blending in general, and just combining herbs and bark and just concoctions of everything. I love it. And if that doesn't give it away for you, yes, I'm a witch. So watch out. I'm coming for your kidneys. Entropy. Orze asks, what inspired you to create your channel? Have you thought about going into voice acting? You're very talented after all. Thank you so much. So to answer your question on what inspired me to create my channel, well, I've always really been into voice acting. Ever since I was a kid, I would learn the lines from my favorite movies to the point where the kids in the kindergarten and the teachers would ask me to leave the room or like go take a walk because I couldn't watch a movie without interrupting and voicing over everything that was going on because I knew the dialogue so well, and obviously it annoyed the people that were watching. But I would do it as a child and I just never stopped. I love the idea of bringing a character that someone created to life and making them sound real and genuine. This is why I'm so obsessed with Arcane recently, because the voice acting is so raw, so genuine, and they feel real. I think they did an amazing job, not just in the art, but just the dialogue and the storytelling. It's just freaking amazing. So it's shows like that that keep me inspired. I always find inspiration everywhere, because I feel like that's part of being human, and voice acting is a big part of that. Sharing what it is to be emotional, sharing what it is to be human. So if you were to be asking me what specifically inspired me to create my channel, I feel YouTube does a great job pushing the content, putting in the work. If you're putting in the effort and you want to share your craft with people, I feel like YouTube does a great job at sharing and finding the people that need your content the most. I'm so grateful that I've been able to use this platform to reach you guys, and that we've been able to keep growing and learning from each other and just keeping each other company, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's what inspired me the most. Just listening to your feedback, reading what you guys thought with every upload and everything. It's just amazing to see it with every upload. So I'm very grateful for that. But more specifically, I feel at the beginning I was mostly inspired by other voice actors, and I've always talked. I love talking to myself. It keeps me from going insane. So what inspired me specifically, I guess I could say other people, other voice actors, other girlfriend, boyfriend experience content creators. There is just so much content out there in so many different amazing genres. So when I saw it, I was like, I can do that. I want to do that. If I can keep practicing my voice acting while doing this that I really enjoy and connecting with people, I can do that. I want to do that. And so for the second part of the question, Entrepy asks, how do you go about making a video or picking an idea for a video? Great question. So I'm very picky. The process on how I go about picking an idea for the video, it's mostly based off of my mood. So if I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling romantic, like all of that, I take it into consideration. But for the most part, like if let's say I'm feeling a little anxious, it's very likely that I'm gonna lean for a comfort video. Because in a way, I'm kind of soothing myself by soothing you guys. It's interesting. I've said it before, I kind of treat my own recording sessions as therapy sessions, which is really funny, but it helps. It really helps. Again, I'm going to repeat it as I always like to say. Thank you for taking care of me as I take care of you. That is pretty literal. Like, the more I record, the better I feel. And I hope that it has the same effect on you guys. And how I go about making a video, it takes time. I feel like it takes more time editing and rendering the video and like compositing the video than it takes recording the video. But again, I am very, very picky. Even right now that I am kind of freeballing this, I feel like this is a lot harder than if I were to be following a script, because there's bloopers, there's sounds. I like everything to sound exactly the way that I want it to sound, and I will not be satisfied until I get the perfect shot. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I could get into more detail, but I think that's kind of like the gist of how I go about making videos. Yeah. Is being a voice actor your dream/job? It's definitely up there. I feel like it is probably top 3. I think voice actor would be probably top 2. I've always just wanted to be an actor, a performer. I want to be on stage. So I guess you could say with me uploading on YouTube, I feel like that's the closest I've ever gotten to it becoming a job. But more recently, as I've mentioned previously, I am working on seeking auditions that I can apply to and hopefully try and get to do this on a professional level. Being a voice actor is definitely up there as a dream of mine, though I feel like my toppity top of my dreams would be just to become a performer. I want to be an actress. I want to keep performing. I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life because this is what I love doing. So if I ever end up doing that, I feel like I would be satisfying a very big part of who I am. I would be very fulfilled, very happy, very grateful for the opportunity. But so far, I have been applying to jobs and seeing how it goes because I want to be a voice actor. I would like to do this professionally, yes. and that's another thing. Like, I guess I just want to keep doing this because you guys have kept encouraging me ever since the beginning. I've gotten really good feedback, and rather than it just being a hobby and like something that I do in my off time, I've really started to consider, hey, maybe I could do this for real, like as a job or like professionally. That would be really, really fun. Anton asks, if you could only watch one movie/series, play one video game, and listen to one music genre for the rest of your life, what would those be? By the way, I'm proud of you, Anton. I am so proud of you as well. I hope you're having a good day, by the way. I hate these questions, guys. Why do you want me to pick? I am the worst person to pick. I am so indecisive. I want it all. I want to experience and read and live and travel and eat it all and dance it all and sing it all. Like, I want everything. But if I had to pick, all right, here we go. So if I could watch one movie for the rest of my days, it would probably be... It'd have to be really visually appealing, and the plot would have to be really good. This is really difficult. I'm just gonna say Howl's Moving Castle because it's got a little bit of everything. It's got depth, it's got romance, it's got beautiful visuals, it's got beautiful soundtrack. And I try to like squeeze as much of it as possible because, well, it'd have to be the last thing I watch for the rest of my days. So I guess Howl's Moving Castle would be that. A series, it'd have to be probably N with an E. I really love that series. It makes my inner child happy. And then if I could play one video game for the rest of my life, one video game. Ooh, this one's so hard. I don't know. This is so hard. I don't know. Why do you do this to me? One video game? Probably Dark Souls. I don't know. So for the video game, this is the disclaimer. Please don't come at me, and there's a perfect explanation as to why I'm picking this game. Now, please don't come at me. I need to pick it because it's multiplayer, and most of my friends play it, and the most time I spend with my friends has been playing this game. I cannot escape it, okay? So I'd have to say League of Legends. God, this is so bad. I hate that. I hate that that's my final answer, but it'd have to be League. It'd have to be League. I'm sorry. Because my friends play it because that's the only way. That's the only way to continue playing with my friends. I'm sorry. That is... Even my dog got riled up. He's not happy. I am so embarrassed. That was my final answer. I'm sorry. I cannot be helped. I am a disappointment. I know. I am a disgrace. And as for the music genre, I guess I'd have to pick metal. Yep. It was not easy. But I have to pick one. So there you have it. Metal it is. Dark Viper AU asks, do you have a nickname? So everybody here calls me Honey. So to me that is a nickname, which is really funny because then you can't really add like a pet name or like something cute, a cute nickname because Honey is already like the nickname, but it's also like my base name. It just ended up happening because of the title of the channel, I suppose. But as you guys know, I have been working on a VTuber model, and I think I'm gonna be naming her Ysha. So there's a little snippet there, a little Easter egg for you guys. I mean, it's literally the name. But you heard it here first. I'm planning on naming her Ysha. Very exciting, very fun. Ysha or Misha? Still debating. That's as much as you're gonna get. That's as much as you get. But that's as much as you're getting from me today. But I think that's enough. And then the other nicknames that I've gotten are like variations of my real name, which you're not getting. But there you go. do with that information what you will. Taking a run, taking a run. Frog in Corner asks, what made you decide to return to YouTube? I've always wanted to be back. Believe me, like if there was no reason for me to leave, I would have never left. But the reason I left, and I'll get into that later, many reasons. One, I needed to get a job, mostly because it was getting really hard to support myself just with YouTube. It still is. So I got a job. I am still not, I don't have a place of my own, quote unquote, per se. I would love that to be a thing, hopefully next year. But I'd have to work twice as hard on YouTube and in my IRL job so that I could support myself. I have also been considering opening up a Patreon account, just so that I can also kind of help myself out a little bit there. But then again, I really wanted to hear you guys' opinion on that, because I won't be doing it unless you guys want it, you know, because I don't want it to seem disingenuous. But yeah, the reason that I decided to return to YouTube is because of you. It's because it's a hobby. It's because it brings me passion. I'm passionate about what I do. It's lovely to read your comments. I love the community, and it's my playground, basically, to do whatever I want to do, to share whatever I want to share. And yeah, it's you guys. It's the reason that I'm coming back to, because you guys seem to love what I do, and I love sharing what I do. So yeah, there's that. Next question. Wombat asks, where do you get the inspiration for all of these scenarios? I'm crazy. My brain. The idea, like I said, usually comes from what it is that I think I need. Like if I need comfort, if I need love, if I want to be held, if I want to act a little fun, and if I want to go out and party. Like I'll probably do like a little drunk video. Like that's where the inspiration comes from. Some of these experiences I've lived in real life, and some other experiences have just been like kind of fantasies that I've had, that I would like to have with a romantic partner. So it's a little bit of both. And then I also get a lot of inspiration from my fellow content creators here on YouTube. I like to see what they're up to. Like for example, I really like when they start posting specials in correlation to like the month. Like for example, February is coming up, so I know like Valentine's Day is gonna be big, and I might do a Valentine's Day themed audio because of that. I love those. I love making those. And also Reddit has a lot of amazing writers out there that I love filling their scripts for. So thank you, writers, for doing such an amazing job. I owe you my life. I love it. I love doing these. Jan asks, when recording ASMRs, do you record it in one take, or do you do it part by part, just in case you have parts that you're not satisfied with? Precisely, Jan. I am having a horrible time right now because it is not scripted, and I cannot do this in a more organized manner, and I can't stop talking. But because I am a very big perfectionist on how it is that I go about my audios, yeah, I would like to do things all in one take, but because my brain works in a certain way, I like to divide things into sections, or like a script into sections. And usually, like if there's a blooper or something that that it's a really obvious blooper, I pause everything and I restart the section. And yeah, it might take several takes for me to get the right audio file. However, I also do this thing where I think it's called audio bashing. I am not sure if that's the right term, but basically I do several takes, and then I end up picking little phrases, bits and words and pieces from each take, and then make a single take with all of the previous takes that I thought were the best ones. I hope that makes sense. It is a bit chaotic. There is always a different way of me doing things with every recording. I try to, like I said, I one-up myself, or I try to at least one-up myself from my previous recording. So no recording is done the same way, even though I like it to be. But I guess that keeps things fun and interesting, and I get to learn a little bit more on how I go about things. So yeah, that's what makes things entertaining, I suppose. Thank you so much for your question. Giblet asks, would you consider it cheating if your viewers listen to other ASMR artists? No, I actually don't. And I don't think I'm jealous at all. If any, is very specific. Like, things that make me jelly are very, very specific. I love love, and I love for the people that I love to feel good. So if you feel good by listening to other artists, that's completely fine. I won't get angry. Just as long as you come and pay me a little visit once in a while, I'm okay with that. I, for one, know that I have several ASMR artists that I look up to and that I respect and that I am always really excited to hear back from. And I love seeing their uploads and what they're up to. Yeah, so to me, go off, I suppose. Have fun. Like, that's what the content is for. Yes, there is a very nuanced line there where it's like, well, it's girlfriend experience material and everything. No, really, because it's like, keep it sane, you know, like parasocial relationships, nuh-uh. I don't want none of that in my channel. Like, I love you guys and I love the connection that we have and everything. But then again, like, this is of course in no way for you guys to take it as a replacement for the real deal. If you want to ever have a partner, I encourage you to seek that out into the real world. If you want to listen to other ASM artists because they bring you comfort, do so, because that's what we're here for. We're here to entertain, we're here to comfort, we're here to love each other. So yeah, I guess that answers your question. Zag J asks, how do you think my great Pyrenees mix barks? I had to look him up. I had to look this up. I didn't know that was a dog, by the way. I was so confused. They gave me two options. It's either wow 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 or roof roof wow 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 wow. So I think it's the first one. From what I've heard, I think it's more like a wow wow rather than a roof roof. You know what I mean? I can't believe you made me bark, bro. This dude really out here making me bark and shit. No. Noom asks, just a fun fact, did you know that centaurs have 2 rib cages? I did not. That is amazing. I'm shocked, but you are correct. There are 2 rib cages. In fact, I took the time to look up any other mythological creature with 2 rib cages. It seems to be that centaurs are the only ones to have 2 rib cages. So, very impressive. They make me feel things. Centaurs are hot, okay? Centaurs are hot. Morgan asks, what is the most important meal of the day? I find myself skipping breakfast quite often, but I don't know if I should eat it or not. Kinda just too busy to eat breakfast. I totally get this, Morgan. I am busy. I am a busy lady, and sometimes it takes some time for me to convince myself that I need to get shit done. So once I actually sit down and get to work, there is no stopping me. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Like, I cannot be stopped. So I will not stop because I hyper focus for ungodly amounts of hours and on end, and I forget to eat. It's not that I am lazy, it's just I forget sometimes, and then I'm like, why am I feeling so bad? Oh, it's because, well, I haven't eaten and I'm about to pass out. It's something that I'm working on, and I know that it's very important for me to eat and remember to eat. So what I have started to do is I prioritize my breakfast time because that is my me time. Before I even consider getting started with anything, I need to eat my breakfast, and once that's done, at the very least, I have one meal set, and I can last a little bit longer until I remember to get some food. I'm trying to work on it, but yes, please eat breakfast, Morgan. Please feed yourself. Please take care of yourself. Everybody, not just Morgan. Everybody sit down and listen up. I need you guys to take care of yourself. I'm doing my part. I'm certainly trying. And if I can do it, so can you. So if you haven't eaten, I want you to get up there, cook yourself some food while you're listening to me blab, or get yourself a snack, or go get some water. Just drink some water, okay? Just do it. Just get some hydration already, please. I need you guys to be hydrated, please. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, so I guess that was the end for the open-ended questions. Thank you so much for listening. And we're moving right on to the deep Qs. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking around for this long. If you're still with me, I love you. And you are amazing, and you have the prettiest eyes. I don't even need to look at them to know that I can see right through your soul, and you have a beautiful soul, and you should be proud of yourself, and I love you. Okay, little encouragement note done. Let's go. Moving on to the next section. Which kind of people are you interested in? Quiet people or party people? So, a fun fact about me, I suppose, I love people. I love people watching. I think it's quite interesting and just like trying to formulate little backstories for people. But if you're talking about the people that I've kind of like or orbit around, or that I kind of what's the word, gravitate towards, I think I gravitate to quiet people a little bit more. My best friend, my very first best friend, growing up, she was super shy. Like, she wouldn't even talk to people. She was honestly like super quiet, she would get embarrassed about everything. And to me, that was kind of like, I need to go tear her walls down and like make her my friend, because I had observed her for long enough to find out that, one, she was obsessed with The Walking Dead, and I was at that point I loved The Walking Dead, and she was also really into Minecraft, and I really wanted a girlfriend to play Minecraft with. So I was like, you know what, this is my moment. So I approached her and I broke down those walls, and then we just became best friends. Funny enough, I feel like most of my friends currently, or at least my best friends, tend to be a bit more shy at first, and then they have to warm up to people, whereas I am very open, and I love going in, making friends right away, talking to people. But the people that I kind of stay interested in, quote unquote, are the people that are a little bit more quiet and reserved. Just because I know that I can be with them without always having to put on a performance for them. We can just chill, sit in our own silence and everything, and it's still comfortable, if that makes any sense. But honestly, like, I have a little bit of both in me. I would consider myself an ambivert, yes. I can recharge from being, alone a lot of the time. I love being alone. I love having time for myself. But I also really like going out and partying. I love clubbing. I love dancing. I love being loud. So it's a little bit of both. What can I say? So to answer your question, I feel like as long as I have, a basic ground with like morals, values, and interests, I feel like I can get along with pretty much everybody. But the people that tend to stick around, the people that tend to stick around are those that, make me feel most comfortable to be me. Mist, JTXB, Karin or Karen, Kuroneka Uwu, Zacharias, Pietro, and other Anons. You guys asked similar questions. They all fall under the same category, and I decided that I might as well just like take this as a opportunity to fill you guys in on where I was during my hiatus. You guys all asked, how was your time away? My time away was very much needed. It was neither good nor it was bad. It was hard, but it was a very much needed time away. I'm glad that I took the decision to take a step back and take some time for myself. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. This is another take, and I am super sick, so if I sound like the Grudge, it's because I am the Grudge. But little trigger warning, because this is gonna go, I'm planning on going into a little bit as to why I went on hiatus and everything, and I think I owe it to you guys a little bit. So trigger warning, this is if you want to skip ahead, these are heavy topics. I'm talking about death, I'm talking about losing loved ones, breakups, just a little heads up, mental issues, moving out, not having where to go. This is, let's go. We're going into it. So how am I? I am okay. I'm doing way better than I have been doing. My time away, like I said, was very much needed, but it wasn't necessarily the most like pleasant of hiatuses. If anything, me recording for you guys was my escape for some time, but I figured that it wasn't really doing wonders for me because I started stressing out about uploading, and then I just started losing the love that I had for the recordings that I was making for you guys. So I was like, instead of uploading these, I feel like I need to come back whenever I'm ready. I am doing a lot better, however, the best I have been in a couple of years. So I actually ended up moving back into my family home, mostly because I wanted to be around family. We ended up losing a very important member of our family. I kind of shared with you guys on X a little bit on this. She was basically like my mother. She raised me. So losing my mom was very, very difficult for me. This was only a couple of months ago, but before that, she had been bedridden for like 10 months. And before that, we had already been seeing some detriment to her health. So it'd been years. It'd been years of us struggling and like watching her, her lose herself. So, of course, getting to see someone slowly fade away or like start losing parts of that person that you really love is not the greatest for your grieving process, because it's just prolonged and the suffering it sucks. There is no way to go about it. It is hard. It sucks. And me being away from her for a really long time just made things worse. The guilt, it was like the stages of grief were not linear by any means. I have been working through it in therapy, and I am very happy that I am able to afford therapy thanks to you guys. It's just been helping me a lot recently. I even considered making a whole video talking about it, but then I was like, I think this isn't really necessary, or this is not really gonna be helpful for anybody. It was just kind of depressing, to be honest. And although it helped me record it and get it out of my system at first, I figured it wasn't something that you guys would really appreciate, or maybe it resonated with some of you, but I know that the great majority of you guys come here for a safe place to kind of forget about all of the bad things that are going on in your life. So I didn't want to bring that negativity here, but still, I think it was an outlet for me. And you guys being able to support me and what I do and everything has also been helping me support my mental health, my emotional health. That was only part of why I left. I just couldn't really focus on too many things. I was working 2 jobs and I just really wanted to keep myself busy as much as possible. But then it just like tumbled over me and I was like, you know what? I need to go back home. I need to be there for her. I need to be present, because I can only hide away from it for so long. So that happened. And then before that, I had a very close group of friends of mine that I thought they were really healthy for me, that they were really supportive. Things just didn't end up working out, and I ended up losing a lot of friends that meant the world to me and who I thought I would be spending the rest of my life with. So that was kind of shitty, for lack of a better word. Things don't work out the way that you expect them to sometimes, and we gotta keep a strong stance on what we value, on what our limits are, and we need to set boundaries with the people that, we might love, but they are not exactly the best for us. So I ended up losing some friendships because I ended up setting some really strong boundaries and they just ended up not agreeing with me. And unfortunately, we had to part ways. And right now, I feel like I am at a place where I might be a bit lonely, but at the very least, I do know who my real ones are. I know what I stand for. I know who I am. And I was able to give myself the time to relearn myself and be there for myself, because for a really long time, I was spreading myself thin to be there for other people. And I had forgotten about myself, so much so that I just stopped doing that which brought me joy, just because I was always so focused on pleasing everyone else and being there for whatever it is that they wanted to do. But I was not doing that which I loved, which was my art, my recording for you guys, watching the shows that I liked, having some downtime and not burning myself out. A lot of the times we think that love is conditional and that we need to show some merit for it, and then we need to be our perfect version in order to receive that type of love. And I figured, hey, I'm going really against everything that I believe in by allowing myself to be treated like this by these people. And I'm just like forgetting what it's like to love me, and how do I expect others to love me if I can't even love myself just for who I am. So I've been working on that. I like I said, I am in the best place that I have been in a really long time, and I am very grateful to have that. The new year is coming up. I'm very excited. I just feel like even though right now I'm back in my family home, though it's temporary, I am making it my utmost priority to be here for myself, to enjoy the people that I love, my family, and just to be present, because I can only do so much in preparation for our future that I don't know how it's going to end up for me, Sure, preparing is fine and securing is fine and planning ahead is fine, but to an extent. I can't get so immersed in the future that I forget where I am presently. And that's what I'm doing right now. And hopefully in the next year, I can have my own place again where I can record and have privacy and be happy and, you know, keep exploring myself more and more. And I'm looking forward to that new adventure in my life. But for now, I am very grateful to have shoulder to lean on, plenty of shoulders to lean on, and just a safety net that I can come back to. Yeah, that's genuine, and that I know that there's people that love me. And yeah, I am very, very excited for this new adventure. So for those who were wondering, those were some of the main reasons as to why I took a break. I needed to take a step back and reprioritize what I was doing with myself and how I was navigating my interests, my friendships, my family, how I was navigating life. And I feel like retaking therapy has really recentered me and kind of helped me refocus. And I guess this is the perfect time to say thanks. Thank you for sticking around, everyone who's been here since day one. I will forever be grateful for all of your support, your kind words, you guys being so vulnerable in the comments. We've all been through something this year. It's okay. It's okay for you to be low. It's okay for you to be sad. It's okay for you to grieve. And it's okay for you to give yourself that time. And no matter how sad you are, that does not take away from how lovable and cared for you can be. Very deep, but I guess we're in the deep section questions. We're in the deep question section. So what did you guys expect? Some of the follow-up questions include, just in general, are you well, happy? Hope you're all of those. I am happy. I am at ease. And I feel like that is amazing to have, coming from a time where it was so chaotic for me. Everything is okay. Do not worry, you guys. I'm okay. I will say though, that's another reason why I stopped uploading. More specifically, with all the stress and chaos that I was going through, I got very sick very often. So I was constantly battling sinus infections and just like throat issues, and it was a constant problem. My immune system was like really battling stuff out. It was very weak because of all the stress. Now I am taking better care of myself. I'm taking my supplements. I'm eating good. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. We're still working on that one. But we're getting there, and it's the little steps that matter, and every step counts, and I am very happy where I am right now. Someone said, by the way, I'm so happy that you're back. I am so glad to be back too. It's been a joy to have you back. My first question is just to ask if you've been doing okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. For asking such wonderful questions, and for taking care of me as I take care of you. I know I say this all the time, but I will keep saying it. Thank you. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for enjoying my work as much as I love doing it for you guys, because that is literally why I made this channel, is to have a safe space for myself and for you guys. And someone said congrats on 10K. Thank you so much. I am so glad that we're all here together, and I hope we can keep on growing and having more lovely people and faces who enjoy this type of content. Whew. Okay. Scummoner and Anon ask, what goes through your mind when making ASMRs? When you record these amazing and high quality ASMR videos, thank you so much, for us wanderers, do you feel like you're talking to a specific person in your head that you potentially have some interest in? No. This is such an interesting question. I don't think I think about anybody. I don't think about anyone physically speaking. I feel like I just feel the aura. Like I said, it's a very meditative state for me. So I feel like I don't necessarily assign like a certain image to what I am working with. It's the feeling of giving so much love to that someone, whoever is out there. I like to envision something like a soulmate or like a twin flame that might be reached by this audio, who knows, but I don't necessarily assign an image to it. I also really like doing my ASMRs gender neutral, because I feel like everyone deserves to be loved. I don't necessarily think about anybody, though sometimes depending on the audio. For example, if I'm supposed to be talking to an elf, I concoct an image of what would be my ideal elf in my eyes. That is more for fantasy. Whereas if it's like more slice of life ASMR, I feel like I just like to feel the aura of a person, a being that I love so much. But yeah, I don't necessarily like assign an image or a face to my listeners, if that's what you were asking. yeah, it's just more like the feeling of like what it would be like to be telling these things to someone that I love so dearly. And it's like more the feeling of that, but not necessarily a face. When are you dyeing your hair green, IRL? What makes you think I don't have green hair, IRL? I've been talking a lot on X about being interested in like doing a lot of cosplaying or like taking pictures for you guys and stuff. So if you guys want to help out with that, I might start posting me in cosplay, but you won't necessarily be seeing my real hair. You'd probably just be seeing wigs. But it would still be fun, wouldn't it? At least I think so. Oh, and I'm so excited about this question. If you were given a chance to have the ideal world where everyone lives the best life you can possibly think of, a reality with no suffering, but in that world, everyone cannot experience loss or struggle or suffering or problems and only happiness, would you take it or no, and why? Such a good question. I love existential questions like this. In fact, I took a class on we were talking about utopias and all of that. It was one of my favorite classes, and for my utopia, because we were assigned to design what our utopia would look like, and then the whole point of the class is coming to the realization that there is no perfect world. Why? Because everyone wants different things and everyone has a different definition of what a perfect world would look like, hence it's nearly impossible to try and shoot for a utopia. But I feel the world would be quite monotonous without the struggle. However, if we like to talk about the utopia aspect of it all, in this class I remember for my world I just really wanted empathy to be like the power that made the world go around. So I feel like empathy and love would be like the strongest assets. I don't want to get too controversial, but in my utopia we were all pacifists, and I really thought empathy and love were the driving forces for making it all go around. My friends have joked about this in the past, and they all say, oh, it's because Honey really likes the empathy gun, the empathy ray gun. Like, she just wants to shoot everyone with empathy. And to an extent, like in theory, it sounds fun and dandy and everything, but then you start to think about, well, what if someone is very depressed or someone is going through a really rough time? Would I want to feel empathy at its core? Would I want to be in the shoes of this person and feel their pain in its totality? That's where things start to get a little bit more interesting. Without going too deep into detail, this is kind of like the basis for this channel. I am in search for the purest form of love, and I think someone asked further down the line in the questions, what do I mean by that? The search for the purest form of love. I feel like love can come in so many different shapes, sizes, colors, sounds. It's just everyone craves for something differently. And for me, that purest form of love is something more platonic, not necessarily so romantic, but I feel like all my life I've been so open to giving this type of love, and some people might be even put off by the amount of love that I am willing to give, because we're not all that used to receiving that, or we get imposter syndrome and we don't feel worthy of receiving this love. But the thing is, everyone deserves it, and the power that it holds, if you accept it and you take it and you feel worthy of it, it creates and can frankly transform a person. So for me, looking for this purest form of love is not necessarily a romantic love or like a boyfriend-girlfriend love. It's really just, it could be like a community, but it's more the platonic aspect. It's like a friendship type of love. That unconditional aspect of it is what I love. And having mutual understanding that, hey, even if things get rough and I might not fully agree with you, there is empathy there, and I will keep chugging for us both, because even when I don't see you eye to eye, I am here for you, I see you, and I know that I want to give love to you. It might not be easy, but yeah. So to me, that is kind of like that purest form of love. It's like, I just finished watching Arcane, so I guess I could also compare it to Victor's and Jace's relationship. To me, that is something that very few people, if any people, get to experience in their lifetime, and I would love to see that type of love that is so pure, so real, so raw, and it just makes sense. And then people just coming back to each other time and time and time again. It's kind of like a soulmate type of thing. That's the best way that I can describe it. Have you ever zoned out in the middle of recording an audio? I can't even begin to tell you. I am the queen. I'm a dissociating baby. I dissociate all the time. All the time. What was I saying? This is a constant thing all the time. I just like, I'm talking, and then I kind of like lose myself in the script, or like I just forget exactly what I was talking about. This is a lot harder because since this is not scripted, this is like taking every fiber of my body and concentration for me to not get lost. So this is hard. This is very hard, but I am a disassociating baby. I disassociate all the time. I don't know why. It just so happens to be that way. Where was I? So if you guys were able to see all of my bloopers and like, you know, cuts from my audios, the amount of times I catch myself saying, sorry, I forgot what I was saying, or where was I? It's always happened. I'm pretty sure that even in the past bloopers reel that I did, there's a point where I'm like, where was I? Because it happens. It was just one, but like it happens way more often than I'd like it to. Because it makes it's so hard for me to edit all the time. It's difficult. Have you ever committed any food crimes? Example, pouring milk before cereal. I am scared of milk, so you don't have to worry about the cereal one. But I do love eating food when it's cold. I love me a cold soup. I don't know what it is. I just freaking love it. For example, clam chowder. Oh my god, I love it when it's hot, but also cold clam chowder, to me, I think it just hits different. What's another thing? Oh, this is a crime. This is a crime. You can come for me. But hey, you asked, so why would you do that to me? Honestly, I'm being vulnerable here. You should just take me as I am. I love toast, putting applesauce on toast. I know. I don't know why. Sometimes I even do the cottage cheese thing. I eat vegan cottage cheese because I can't do milk. I'm weak. I'm a weak baby. Toast, cottage cheese, applesauce. It's like my midnight snack. It's like when I'm famished and I need to get some food in my system, but I don't know what to make and I just need something fast. Yeah, that is like the emergency food. Don't tell me how I know this is something very delicious to me. I'm not saying that you should try it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done. Next question. Anon asks, I'm ready to marry you if you think you're ready. Whoa. I feel honored that you're asking me such a question. But what about taking me to dinner first, huh? Let's get to know each other a little bit, yeah? That, and also the fact that I don't know who this was asked by. So I would also I think it's important for me to know your name first. You think? That is so sweet. That is actually so adorable. Anon and Dean the Bean ask, if you could live any fictional world from TV, film, book, etc., what would it be? Along the same vein, if you could swap lives with any fictional character for a week, who would it be and what would you do first? I love this question. It's so creative. I have a couple of answers. I think because I've been watching Arcane, I'd really want to be in that world. I don't know if I'd be in Zaun or Piltover. I'd like to believe I'd be a Zaun baby. The Undercity, it just feels like home to me. If I could swap lives with a fictional character from Arcane, they're all so good. But I feel like alternative timeline Powder would be pretty freaking solid, just because she hasn't suffered as much as Jinx has. But I don't want to go into that rabbit hole, especially for those who haven't watched Arcane. But if you know, you know. If it was in Arcane though, anywhere that I could just be a jewelry, like if I could make jewelry, or a blacksmith. Like I'd love to make swords, and then in my downtime, like be an apprentice for, I don't know, a swordsman. I'd love that. Witch Hat Atelier and visit the magic shop with the silver tree. I don't know, Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle, because Howl's hot. I'd be Sophie for a day. And yeah, for those who know, Pixie Hollow. And I'd probably be, I don't know, a water fairy or an art fairy, like Bess. Yeah. I love fantasy, can you tell? I freaking love fantasy. Who are the specific people in life that truly inspire you to keep doing what you're doing and fulfill those destined dreams you're aiming to achieve? Oh, this is so deep, you guys. Inspiration, I guess, comes from everything, really, for me. I also kind of avoid idealizing people or idolizing people, just because I know we're all human. Do I admire people? Of course. I have a whole bunch of people that I admire. But truly, inspiration, I guess, can come from everything and anything, really. I wish I could sing on a big stage one day. I love Eva Noblesada from Hadestown, Sierra Bagues from Phantom of the Opera. Like, I suppose I am inspired by the people that truly feel and know their music, humans who truly have a, like, kind of almost divine connection with the art that they create. Because, sure, like, you might be skilled with your writing or your drawing or whatever your craft is, but if your craft doesn't really have a meaning or a voice or a reason to be, then it's, to me, empty. But I guess Mother Nature is a great example. I like to ponder a lot about the human condition, and I always take those for like inspiration. Loneliness, sadness, I absolutely love those with romantic hearts. You can be an artist or you can just be my friend. I take a lot of inspiration from my best friend's way of loving. So I love their hearts, and that is very inspirational to me. I love people who can see the world through that lens and can give love and take love so effortlessly. It really depends on the dream or like my goal. And then from then on, I think that's where I decide where I'm gonna look for inspiration. Yeah. Did you start taking medication after showing some signs of memory loss after forgetting your YouTube password for 1.5 years? No joke, you guys, I sometimes feel like I might need something for my memory, because I forget a lot of things. I'm so forgetful. I nearly burnt the house down like 2 times from making my teas because I forget them in the stove. They're there, they're simmering, it's happening, and it's happened a couple of times. I never learn. But then again, I have a really weird memory for like really niche things. Like, I remember very specific lines from shows. I remember a lot of lyrics from songs these are just talents that will not help me, or they're not even there for my self-preservation. These do not help. I know this is a joke. I'm not taking medication, and no, I did not forget my YouTube password. You guys. What do you think you were doing on April 21st, 2015 at 8:15 p.m.? This is so specific. This is so specific. I don't know. The answer says definitely being serious. It was 2015. Probably at my house. After school. I don't know. I was probably reading or something, or drawing. If it was a Friday, maybe there was a party I went to with friends. I don't know. Is this a specific date? Am I not understanding something? Greaser and Vortex NZ ask, how do you come up with your stuff, like all the background noises, the scripts, and the themes? I find such artistic talent amazing. Thank you so much. And then the second part of the question asks, how do you come up with ideas for your scripts? Do you take inspiration from other creators, or do you just use your brain power to come up with them? So I think the first couple of audios that I released were very personal to me, and most of them were improv. So yes, they all came out from my low brain power, and past experiences I've had, and just things that I really fantasized about. So that came from me. But the more I started doing this, the more I wanted to keep posting, and then I went down the script rabbit hole on Reddit for the ASMR community, and my God, are there so many talented writers out there. I am so grateful to have found this community. Like, it's amazing. Like, the work, the dedication, everyone has it. They're so talented. They're so talented. So as much as I love doing my own audios for you guys, and sometimes I write some scripts and all, I feel like I just love doing script fills for writers who have their scripts public for interpretation. And because I am an actress and I love doing these things, I can't help but do the fills. I've just been very grateful for the feedback, and every time that I do a script fill for someone on Reddit, they just seem to really appreciate it, and they're nice enough to leave me a comment and share what they think about my work. And obviously, like, this is a huge honor, being able to do interpretation for someone's work. But yeah, if you'd love to check these people out, for every single one of my videos, you can click on the description, and unless I have come up with the script myself, I will always credit the writer in the description, so please check them out. As for the background noises in the scripts, I sometimes use YouTube's audio library, and sometimes I just look for royalty-free music, royalty-free sound effects. Some of the scripts that I have done fills for come with audio direction, so some of them do add the audio cues in the script, and other times I just like to have fun with it, or like I really like to immerse myself in the role, so it just feels natural for me. But I'm gonna be real with you guys, like every time that I record, it's different. Like, it's a very chaotic process. Sometimes I do annotate, like, okay, minute 3, add gunshot noise, or minute 5, like, I don't know, maybe add clinking sound or something, right? But it some other times I just like record the full thing and then just add the sound effects as I re-listen to the recording. Very chaotic, very chaotic. Please don't do what I do. If you guys can find an easier way to aid yourselves, please do. But I've tried doing so in the past, and then I just get bored if it's too repetitive. So every time that I record, every time I post a video, rest assured, it's been a different process. And as for the themes, I feel like I just do what I feel. Sometimes they're a little bit more romantic, sometimes they're more slice of life, sometimes they're a little bit more adventurous, sometimes more fantasy. There was a point where I noticed that a lot of people were interested in yandere content, so I started doing a lot more of that. It's usually what I'm feeling, and I have been considering, like I said, doing a Patreon, or like opening up a Patreon for you guys to interact in and stuff. And who knows, maybe I do some polls for you guys, and we can have a more cohesive way of deciding what type of content I'll be posting in the future. I think that would be good. That way I can get you guys a little bit more involved and know what you guys would prefer to listen to. Yeah? I think you guys would enjoy that, right? Having a say a little bit on what it is that I upload. But yeah, Kuroneko asks, can you be my mommy? I swear I will be a good boy. That was so forward. Even I got shy. Good for you. Good for you. Got me blushing and all. Nice, nice. Yeah, I can be your mommy. You can lay your head on my lap if you want. Yeah. So bold. Oh my god. Hab asks, so do we have to wait another year again? By the way, I'm still waiting for you to JoJo pose. That is an obscure reference, my friend. And yeah, just get me my Jolene cosplay and I'll JoJo pose all you want. Karin or Karen asks, have you tried to kiss before? Naughty. I don't know. Would you like to come and find out? Next question. Kay asks, about how many shelves high is too many shelves? Like, if you sat on top of a shelf and looked down, is 2 shelves enough to be scary? 5 shelves? I think I'm 3 shelves personally. What are you talking about? This is so specific. I love this. I think for me personally, 2 shelves is already pretty freaking high, but I'm brave, so I'm right there with you with 3 shelves. Yeah? Yeah. Jordan asks, favorite video game or video game series? So, Dark Souls Remastered. I haven't played all the Dark Souls or the Bloodborne games. I've watched people play them, but the only game that I've played is Dark Souls Remastered, and I really, really love it. I love being immersed in the world, and for now I feel like that's really like the ambience that I am gravitating towards. But yeah, I try not to play too long because then I get obsessed with games and there are so many other things that I need to get done. And yeah, I just try to stay away from it. I wish, however, that I could play Elden Ring, Skyrim, Baldur's Gate, all of that, because I freaking love fantasy. But I can't run it. I can't run it in my current laptop, so we'll have to see. And I just know that I would love the world building on those, so yeah. And For nostalgia factors, I just really used to love the Zelda games. Mist asks, do you believe in the phrase, there is someone out there for everyone? Often nowadays, I find myself in a really lonely place wishing I had someone to talk about it with. Every time I try, it ends up being with either pain, emptiness, or sadness. I want to believe in that quote, but the more I try, the more I find myself doing the opposite. Thank you for everything you do, honey. I love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much, Mist. I am sorry to hear that it's brought you to a very lonely place, and it brings you emptiness and sadness to think about these things. I feel like, if anything, that quote should bring most people kind of some comfort. But I understand where your doubt comes from and your worry. To answer your question, not in the monogamy sense, like I don't believe there is a single romantic partner out there destined to be with you. Not with you specifically, but just in general. This whole idea of like two halves coming together to make this whole is kind of sad to me. I think that's kind of depressing. I'd like to be my own whole person and try and fight for the love that I want to have and that I crave. If you are looking for a partner, like a romantic partner in that sense, I feel like it is hard, and it can be hard. I don't like to believe that there is a rule or a time that we are destined to meet the love of our lives, but I like to dabble. I like to kind of indulge a little bit in this fantasy because, well, I can't hide from it. We grew up with this mentality. It was kind of force-fed to us, especially women. I feel like we grew up with the whole idea of like, oh, our Prince Charming will come one day, although that might not really be the case. And don't get me wrong, I completely empathize with you, and frankly, I think it freaking sucks when you try to talk about loneliness and emptiness and craving this affection or finding your partner, and then other people saying like, oh, you're just not trying hard enough, or it's not your time just yet. And then some people just so happen to get a partner when they didn't even try to work on themselves. It can be hard. I'm not saying that by you working on yourself or keeping yourself focused, it's guaranteed that you're gonna get a partner, but I can say that it does help us feel better. At least it's helped me feel better when I do get lonely, putting that attention on myself and trying to stop the thunks to get to me, if that makes sense. I feel like as much as I want to believe that there is a soulmate out there for me, I don't know. And I feel like it's kind of torturous for me to subject myself to this constant quote of there is someone out there for everyone. I don't know that, but what I do know is that I got me, and that I can try to be the best person that I can be for myself, and in hopes that one day, yeah, someone might match me, someone might match my energy. And I have been lucky enough to have friends who kind of fill that space in some ways, but I'm not gonna lie, I would love to have a romantic partner who does that for me in the future. But who knows? Dwelling on it won't do much. Dwelling on it for too long will just end up hurting me, so I suggest not to do that. But I would like to believe there is something out there pulling us closer towards that, which will allow us to grow kinder and happier. Yeah, what can I say? I'm a sucker for a good tarot card reading. Thank you so much for your question, Mist, and I hope you find happiness, whether it be with another person, with yourself, and I just hope that you feel whole. I'm sending a big hug, and I love people who ponder deep thunks like these. I love it. So I'm sending you a big hug. Thank you, Mist, and I love you too. Okay, so what do you look for in a partner? That is very deep. Actually, I haven't dated much, but I feel like I have learned very important and valuable lessons with the people that I have dated in the past, both good and bad. It's important for you to take the good and the bad, regardless of how fulfilling or how terrible a relationship might have been. I think it's important for you to, when it's over, to mourn it, but also honor it, and everything that you've gained and all the good times, etc., etc. Things that I look for in a partner, it's someone that I can talk to and I can feel myself with. I know this is pretty broad, but I feel like I look for someone that can handle heavy topics, someone that's witty. I'm very attracted by confidence and talent. And I really, really love someone that can express themselves fully, honestly, and without fear of judgment. So I feel confidence is a very big one. I am rowdy. Whenever I go outside, I feel like I want to dance and scream, and if I want to be singing outside and, just having a fun time and enjoying life to the fullest, I feel like I would love to have someone who will match that energy. I think it's just important for you to have someone like that. I'm not saying someone that completely agrees with you all the time, but someone that can give you the space to express yourself and to listen. Genuinely listen. Again, not fully agreeing, not necessarily, but if they can meet you, not halfway, but fully, all the way. If they can meet you all the way and make space for you, I feel like that is what I would like. So yeah, I also love people who are spiritually romantic, in all the senses of the word. I'm not necessarily talking about religion, but I just love people who have like a little spirituality to them, someone that can think bigger than themselves. Yeah. Someone that can be unapologetically themselves. That is very important for me. The ones that love to laugh. Yeah. Loving and fun. I guess I'm very into love, aren't I? Someone who's open to receive and give love. And I think also I've just learned over the years that the way that you love, the way that I love, is very specific. And if I ever were to be with someone, I want someone that can learn how to love me to the exact same grandeur. It's kind of hard to put into words, but once you know how to give love that way, you start expecting it that way, and it's easier for you to not get sidetracked by people who are not willing, or they're very scared of giving that type of love. And I am very confident in the way that I give love, so I feel like I am learning a little bit more on how I would love to do that and how I'd love to receive that. Yeah. Thank you so much for asking that question. Very good question, by the way. JTXB asks, what are your PC specs and what equipment do you use to make these videos? If you don't have a PC and use a laptop, what model? So I am not very knowledgeable when it comes to PCs, laptops, the specs. I am not very knowledgeable on this, which I feel like I need to go down the rabbit hole if I want to keep doing these, because this is very important. I know I need to get my shit together and learn about this if I want to keep getting invested in, like, streaming and whatnot. I do a lot of multitasking. Current laptop is the Asus Q524U. It's lasted me pretty solid, I think, more than 6 years, but it's starting to slow down. And when I have multiple tabs open, when I'm editing, all of these things, it just can't handle it anymore. I was expecting to buy the laptop that I wanted during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but the sales were not there yet. I'm saving up a little bit more before I can make the purchase. Thank you so much for everyone who donated to that. You guys have really honestly supported me more than half of the way there already. I'm just very grateful for your support, and I plan on buying it as soon as the new model comes out. I am trying to get the Asus Zephyrus G16, I believe. So I know Asus is going to come out with a new model pretty soon, and I'm hoping that this one will be on sale or kind of get a little bit cheaper. But until then, yeah, I'm just trying to make the smartest purchase possible. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, and thank you so much for asking. Can you do my math homework? Sure. I can try. It's been a while. I can do math okay-ish. I am more of an algebra girly. I don't like applying math in real life, because once you turn numbers into watermelons, I feel like I get very confused. So just give me, your algebra homework. I can do that just fine, because numbers are numbers, and just keep them that way. It doesn't represent anything. You just gotta do the little ping pong, add this, subtract this, and x equals this, and it just makes sense in my brain. But math, it's a whole different story, which is surprising. When I was in college, my algebra teacher asked me to become a math major. I loved working with her. She was amazing, but I never did that. I wonder if I could have pulled it off, you know? I feel like I could have, but because my sibling, I've always compared myself to them. So I feel like because they were good at math naturally, just mental math and everything, I just felt like that was more for them and I just never really considered it. Who knows? Maybe there's a timeline where I'm a math genius and who knows? Mr. A asks, I remember reading one of your posts about planning to be a VTuber. If it's okay, I would like to hear more about your plan in the future regarding that, or any other plans too, if you will. Right, so I've mentioned it briefly a little bit before this. Yes, I am planning on becoming a VTuber one day. I am working on my model, I am working on my backstory and whatnot. I don't want to reveal anything just yet. Just know that I really want it. I have like the feeling of it. Like I know what I want her to feel like and what I want to convey with her. So that's very exciting. I am working my little butt off, trying to learn how to do live 2D. And just, I know how to draw, so now it's just a different way of applying that knowledge into a new program that is very scary and daunting at times, but I'm getting around to it. It is a lot of effort that will go into this. I'm also planning on starting a Patreon where I would like it to be like a little space for me to keep you guys more updated. I'm not very fond of social media, so if I can like have this place where I can not only share with you guys like IRL pics, but also just like keep you guys updated on where I am. Also share with you guys the same type of content that I make here, but maybe longer format audios, maybe some not safe for work. I don't know. This depends if I make enough to, you know, move out and like have a place on my own. If that happens, by all means, I feel like that would be really, really fun to do. And I'd love to share that with you. So yeah, until then, this is just a work in progress. This is just a little thought, but very, very much so happening. I want to do the Patreon thing. I want to do the YouTube for as long as I can, but also the VTubing is mostly because I want to game in the future for you guys and do little Twitch streams and whatnot, karaoke nights and whatnot. That'd be so fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it and I hope you guys are too. Entropy or Zay ask, thoughts on doing an April Fool's video next year? Something like grandma tells you about the time she met Tom Cruise and has a heart attack. That would be hilarious. How about a Halloween video? Girlfriend summoning ritual actually summons a zombie girl who wants your brain, or something equally insane. I'm just spitballing here. Forgive me, Lamau, for my last question. Have you thought about doing any videos that take place in an already established game or movie world? So when Arcane came out, I was debating on whether or not I should do a Jinx themed audio. I think I sound a little bit of her, like her, if I try. I think I can make her voice a little bit, but yeah, I was a little too shy and I just never ended up posting it. Who knows, maybe I end up making something like that for you guys in the future. Let me know if you'd be interested. But yeah, about the whole April Fool's video thing, oh my goodness, I have thought about this for a while. I love listening to the... Guys, do you know who Ricky ASMR is? You know, you asked me earlier who I'd like to collab. I would love to collab with this man. He's hilarious. I don't know if these videos are scripted by him, but the quality, the production value in these videos, they're so funny. Personally, one of my favorites is the clumsy boyfriend sinks cruise ship killing thousands. He's more, I think it's hilarious. I love it. And yeah, I would love to make a little video for you guys like that in the future. Maybe you guys like it, maybe not. But yeah, maybe like, you know, throw it in there along with like the cozy videos, maybe the yandere videos, and like just for funsies, just put like one of those funny ASMR videos. I love to do that for you guys. What do you think? I would be up for it. If not, then I can make a completely different channel for you guys and just shit post there. That'd be kind of funny, I think. But yeah, new project? I don't know. How much of your personality is it in the characters that you play? You always bring characters that are mostly funny and are able to make me feel happy. It is so sweet. In your videos, are you cheerful as much as in real life? I try to be. I'm a little bit more, chaotic in real life, I feel. I mean, I am making girlfriend ASMR content for you guys, so I'm bound to be sweet to you guys. I want to be nice to you guys. For the most part, I try to be this type of cheerful. I mean, I don't know how true this is, but I remember a friend of mine telling me, he was like, this just never happens when I'm alone. It's always as if when I bring you along, I get free shit everywhere, or like I get different experiences that I wouldn't normally get if I was just on my own. So I really like having you here, and so it was really sweet to hear that. Yeah, I mean, why not be cheerful when you can be? I feel it's kind of silly, the whole trend of like being stoic and mysterious. Don't get me wrong, I like to look the part, but I feel like I'm just a little floofball inside, just gyrating. I'm just very excited to be here. And I love hanging out with friends, and I like just exploring life. And I'm getting more comfortable being out and about on my own. I was very sheltered growing up, so I feel like finally I'm getting used to, roaming about and being a little gremlin on my own. Anton asks, do you have a job besides content creation? I used to before taking a little break. I was working with kids with autism and ADHD. I was teaching. It was very enjoyable. They're wonderful, and it's a really fulfilling job. However, I wasn't getting paid much, and frankly, I feel like the environment wasn't the greatest for me. Not with the kids, but rather like my coworkers and my boss and all of these things. I just feel like the environment wasn't the greatest for me. But who knows? I am hoping, and I would love to make content creation my job. And hopefully now that I have a little bit of more time, this 2025, I feel like I can focus more on it. So we'll see how it goes. If it works, it works. Yeah. Dark Viper AU asks, will you be my little sussy baka? I think it's the other way around. I feel like you should be my little sussy baka. Baka. Zacharias or Zach. It's just the A's and the I's are replaced by 4s and 1s. But they ask, have you ever realized just how deeply you touch people's lives with your work? This is so sweet. This is so cute. Thank you so much for saying that. I feel like at first it just didn't dawn on me. I feel like people were just being nice or very kind. And then the more I started posting, I feel like this swarm of beautiful, wonderful people and listeners, they just were sharing their love. And some people have really been open about their life situations, which, by the way, I'm just a little disclaimer here. I feel like I really appreciate when people are honest and they open their hearts in the comments. I feel like that is very positive and vulnerable, and I feel like it allows other people to see, hey, some people are struggling and I am struggling too, and we're meeting at this spot because we both need it right now. And I feel like that's what community is. What I don't appreciate is when people try to bring others down, or when they share about their struggles in a very negative tone, almost hopeless. I'm also human. I make these videos for that same reason. Sometimes I feel lonely, sometimes I feel sad, sometimes I feel depressed. But this is no place for you to come here and vent in hopes that you will be fixed. I mean, I'm here to provide all my time and love and effort for you guys, and if we can hold each other while going through shit, then that's great. But I just feel like sometimes it can be a little too stressful for me, because I want to be there for you guys. I want to help you. I want to give you a shoulder to lean on at times with my audios, and I'm trying to make these audios to bring people up, not down. So thank you for understanding, and to all of those who are vulnerable in the comments and still manage to bring hope and light to all of us, thank you for doing that, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I might be sad, I might feel down, but what I want most is for you guys to also feel held and like there's hope. So yeah. Zacharias again asks, what does ASMR mean to you? I know it's a vague question, but most who do ASMR see it more as a livelihood or chore even, but I didn't feel like that whenever listening to yours. Added to the fact that you came back even after a long and uncertain break. Yeah, I mean, like I said previously, sometimes life gets in the way. What ASMR means to me, it's like my hobby, but like it's almost like a little retreat into what I love to do most, which is talk, 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 and also just process emotion. Really, truly, when I do ASMR and when I do the script fills that I find online is because 1, I love the scripts. 2, I love feeling in the scenarios. Like, I love putting myself in these scenarios because I feel like it also humbles me a little bit and just reminds me what it's like to be human with emotion, and just I love to immerse myself in these characters. I love acting, and that's what I love, acting. So I guess in a way what ASMR means to me, it's very much what acting means to me. I feel like they go hand in hand. It's just self-exploration, and it gives me and allows me to have a safe space to share these emotions with you guys without being judged for them. It is all acting, yes, but I am drawing from my own personal experiences, my own interpretation of what it means to be loved, to love another person. I feel like I am bringing all of that into my performance for you guys, and it means the world to me that you felt that while listening to mine, because that's exactly it. I want to be, at least for like 20 minutes or so, however long the audio is, I want to be that for you. I want you to feel like you're right there with me. I want you to feel fully immersed in the audio, fully held and loved. And when you open your eyes, you're, imbued with this support and, hope and just feeling very full. I want that. So I'm very happy to read that my audios have had that effect on you. And I'm very happy to say that I know that you're not the only one who has felt this way, and that just brings me a lot of fulfillment. Now I feel very happy my audios have that effect on people. So that's what ASMR means to me. That's literally what it does to me. That sigh, I feel like that's exactly it. What I feel every time that I'm done recording. I'm a little exhausted, yes, but I feel like I put my everything in there, and it's worth it every time. Frog in the corner asks, why is your voice so cute? Why are you so cute? I feel like I just had a very similar question to this. I don't know. My voice is just my voice. But you're so cute. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad my voice is cute. I mean, I'm glad you guys are listening to someone whose voice is attractive to you. It'd be kind of weird if I just made a shit ton of audios and like no one really liked my voice. So I'm glad my voice is nice and that you find it cute. Yes. Yes. Wombat asks, out of genuine curiosity, what made you choose to do role-playing ASMR as opposed to trigger-based ASMR? Ooh, okay, well, great question, Wombat, by the way. Growing up, I would talk to myself a lot. I also loved reading fan fictions, and I just love role-playing. I love D&D, and I love everything that's geeky and acting and theater. I love it. I love it all. So I feel like it's a bit more substantial when there's a story behind that which I am role-playing. I know that there are some ASMRs out there that have a story and they do trigger-based ASMR. Maybe I do that in the future. I'm not closed to the idea, but also I think like to me it just felt a little bit better to have a story to rely on in case people didn't like my voice or my interpretation of it. I feel like I could rely more on the story and comfort and the girlfriend experience. But who knows, maybe in the future, maybe for a live stream I can do trigger-based ASMR for you guys. I'd love to, like, and I don't know if you guys like that. I've heard it. I don't like the but I'm not opposed to the idea of doing trigger-based ASMR. I think it'd be actually really, really fun. Maybe for like a subathon on Twitch, or who knows, like maybe on my Patreon. If that's something that you guys are excited about, I feel like that'd be really fun and different for me to do. Yeah, I know that there's like word triggers, sound triggers. I've seen crazy videos of people doing trigger-based ASMR with like food, and also just like mukbang, people eating. Like, I mentioned this before, but that's how I got into ASMR, like watching people eat. I love it. So who knows, like the possibilities are endless, really. But why I chose role-playing, I feel it's because it's the closest thing to theater, and that's what I like to do. So yeah. Spider Nico asks, do you play an instrument? Could you give us a little demonstration? Also, since there is no place for a little personal message, I wanted to thank you for your content. It has helped me sleep or just feel better when I was in a bad state so many times. I remember you mentioning something on Twitter or maybe somewhere else about your voice. I hope you're recovering well. Good luck with your next videos and congrats on almost reaching 12k subscribers. Thanks again and take care. Oh, you're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. My god. Not me getting flustered. Thank you, Spider. That is so cute. And the fact that you remember, I mean, it was pretty much the entirety of like 2023, starts of 2024 that I was struggling. I was very sick. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't sleeping well. Very stressed. I was working with kids, and as you guys know, kids can be little gremlin rats, and they got me sick all the time. I had to call off of work. It got so bad actually that I had bronchitis and pneumonia for a little bit. I was feeling out of breath all the time. I had to go to the emergency room a couple of times because I just felt really out of breath. I couldn't speak for more than like 5 minutes because my throat felt like it was closing in on me and it felt really sore. But ever since I moved back into my family home, I have been feeling a little bit better. I've been eating better. I've been not sleeping better, though I'm trying to get better at it. And I think I've just been taking a lot more care of myself. And thank you so much for asking. I don't think I ever really went into detail about that, but it was scary. It was like a wake-up call. That run to the emergency room, I feel like that was a wake-up call of like, hey, you need to start taking care of yourself. Not only that, I also noticed that I found out that I have a deviated septum. You can't really see it on my face, but you can see it in an x-ray. And the doctor was like, well, the only way to fix this is through surgery. But definitely it's something that I need to prioritize in the future. We'll see about that. But in all honesty, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for saying that. I feel like my heart it warms me up. Reading that my audios have helped you sleep. I know it's a silly little thing, but I love sleeping. I love sleeping, and I've always been great at it. If there was a sport, if a sleeping sport, I'd be the winner. So whenever someone comes up to me and tells me they're struggling sleeping, I'm like, no, how can that be possible? I love it too much. Like how are you telling me that you can't sleep? That's cursed. You need good sleep. So if I can help you in some way with my sleeping aid videos, I'm glad, and I hope that I can keep making them for you, so you can have a little lovely sleep, because you deserve it. You deserve to be taking care of yourself. Don't ever forget to take care of yourself, guys. Very, very important. As for the instrument, I can show you. I have it right here with me. I play a little bit of piano. A little bit, just a little bit, not a lot. I took piano lessons back in second half of 2024. I should probably pick it back up because I need music theory so bad. And I want to write my own music in the near future. But until then, this is what you're getting. I have my ukulele with me, and I don't know. Let's see. It's probably a little bit out of tune. Actually, don't remember the chords very well. Don't judge me. I am rusty. Okay. Let's see. Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is brighter when you turn it around. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything stays, but it still changes ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways, when everything stays. Okay, a little rusty there. I hope I can sing for you guys more. What about putting that on Patreon? You know, trigger ASMR, covers, a little longer formatted videos, and not safe for work. I have so many ideas. Getting excited. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Scorpido asks, Scorpido asks, why are you against pillows? Sir, ma'am, I don't know. Listen, I post so many videos. Sometimes I get scared because you guys know things about me that I'm like, did I say that? How do you know? Same thing with the coconut oil. Like, I've been doing oil pulling, and like I put coconut oil like on my face a couple of weeks ago, and it broke me out because apparently you can't do oil cleansing with coconut oil because it clogs your pores, and I was breaking out like a freaking, what breaks out? I don't know. But I was breaking out a lot. Okay, so sometimes I'm like, how do you know? How do you know that I'm against pillows? I despise pillows. Pillows should be prohibited. My head needs to be against that mattress and nothing else. I don't know why you guys like pillows so much. Maybe for hugging, but just for my head, I'm good, thanks. I'd rather just don't do it. Also, best position to sleep in is facing down with your stomach against the mattress. So how can I have like a pillow? My neck's gonna break, you know? I just feel like I rest way better without pillows. So yeah, team no pillow. And if you use a pillow, throw it away. Unless it's like a big pillow, you know, for hugging, like a body pillow, then you can have that. But just for your head, no, you're doing it wrong. Red Baron asks, what childhood shenanigans did you get up to when you were little? Any fun adventures to share? If you have played D&D, what is your favorite character like? And if you haven't, what kind of bonkers characters could you imagine making? Okay, so these are two questions in one. So to answer your first question, Red Baron, childhood shenanigans. I stoned my mom growing up. Like, one day that I got really angry at her, my 3-year-old baby body was like, oh, she doesn't love me. I need to go away. And so I packed my essentials, at that time being a toy, probably some clothes, and like a fruit bar or something. And I packed it all and I left the house. And when my mom found out, she realized that I was gone, she immediately dashed outside. And I was already walking. I was already near the road. I was nearing the road. I was about to get freaking run over. And when she reached me, by the way, she was pregnant at this point with my sibling. I saw her, made eye contact, and I was so angry at her, I started throwing stones at her. That was one. I was evil. I was an evil child. Like those stories, I have plenty more, and I can make a whole video about this. But that's one for you to enjoy. And then if I have played D&D. I love D&D, and two of my favorite characters are, so there's a myconid baby I made with my partner at the time. We had a lot of fun creating her, and she's freaking amazing. She has a little mushroom baby with who she goes in adventures with, and I loved it because every time I've played her, people say she sticks out like a sore thumb, which is true. Her design is freaking bonkers, and I love it. And then for the other character, it's a spider lady that I also designed, and she's really cool. She was part of a cult, and one day she went out adventuring, and when she came back, her whole village disappeared. Very epic, very mysterious, very amazing, and yeah, I guess that's it. That says a lot. Both of those are kind of homebrew characters. The mushroom baby, she's more, she's like a tiefling, but the spider lady, she was her whole own abomination. She could transform into a spider though. And the last part of the question says, what kind of bonkers characters could you imagine making? I miss playing D&D so much, but I haven't had a group to play with in so long. I also feel like I need to play with people that I do know, because you know, some people are not so comfortable role-playing, and because I love role-playing, I feel like I need to be with people who are willing to play with me without feeling uncomfortable. And as for future characters that I have in mind, I don't know. I've never played a Kenku character, and I feel like that would be really fun for me to design. My first character was a halfling, and she was hilarious. She was very much inspired by Farquaad from Shrek, but she was a bard, so her name was Bardquad. She was amazing. She was freaking cool. I miss playing D so much. I want to play D&D. Jan asks, has anyone ever asked you weird ASMR requests before? Just curious. Oh, darling, once you go down this rabbit hole, there is no turning back. I've been asked the weirdest things. 9 times out of 10, I laugh it off. But there is just that 1% where it's like, you could have just not. You could have just not asked for that. But yeah, I have been asked a couple of weird ones before. I try to stay away from doing that though, because I don't want my content to be associated with any of that. Because I have considered in the future making some NSFW content, I might, reconsider going down that hole. But for now, I'm good. But that's like for me to decide. There needs to be consent and there needs to be like a line where we're like, okay, now we're just talking and now we're role playing. Don't. Maybe this is TMI? Oh dear. Oh no, maybe I've said too much. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop oversharing. Stop it. No oversharing right now. We need to be mysterious. Dial it back. And for the last question, the question we've all been waiting for, Giblet asks, is the ocean a soup? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because if you think about it, it's like a bowl with salt and fish in it. And sometimes the water is warm. So yes, it is a soup. Not a soup I'd like to drink or eat, but it is a soup regardless. Thank you for listening. And we're done. That was it. That was the Q&A video that it's taken me 3 months to record. Sorry, life sometimes gets in the way, but thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sticking around. And it's finally here. My 10K Q&A special is finally here. I know it took me a long time for me to record. So much so that we're a little past the 10K. Thank you for everyone who's been sticking around, every newcomer. There were just so many questions. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful questions. It's just that, I recorded this video throughout several months at separate times, so I do apologize if the audio is a bit different in some places. It's just that, I had to take some breaks to not get burnt out. Right now, it's actually really late, so late it's actually early. I know, before you yell at me, I know I should be taking care of myself, but seriously, I really wanted to sit down with you guys and talk for a little bit because we all deserve it. We all deserve this little celebration. And I hope you guys are having an amazing new start to your 2025. I hope this year brings you lots of love, lots of joy, lots of luck and success and just peace of mind. Yeah, I am very excited for this new year. 2025 is right here, and I couldn't be more grateful for all of the support and kind words and just love that has been coming my way ever since day one. Thank you to everyone who stuck around and everyone who keeps coming back with me with every comeback. I'm just very excited to know what this new year will bring. I have, like I said, lots of ideas, lots of new plans for you all. Very exciting. Like I said, I was gonna leave all the gushy mushy things until the end. I am, for real, very grateful, and I just wanted to take some time to thank everyone who took the time to ask these questions. My heart is so full. I didn't know you guys all cared so much about me and the way I make this content for you guys. It really encourages me to keep making more, and I hope you guys are open for all of that. So I'll see you guys in the next audio. And until then, I hope you guys take care. Thank you so much for taking care of me as I take care of you. And I'm sending a big kiss and a big hug your way. And yeah, go out there, conquer, be happy, respect each other, love each other, and be empathic towards each other. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.